Jake, what lotto
Can we
ball
draw
is
a
hit the
lottery
most?
ball to figure this out?
Yeah,
yeah.
yes, yes, great call.
Okay, we'll do. I tell you what, Brooks, we'll do 100 lotto balls, and we'll take the one that comes up the most. Okay, so stand by.
I'm hoping it's above 45 to make this realistic.
Yeah, we'll just draw it till you get above 45, and that'll be your number. On today's Part of My Take, we have an awesome show for the people. We're going to talk about UConn winning their 6th national title, Monday night's national championship game, a recap of our trip to the desert, and then we have a Masters preview with our good friend Max Homa, our good friend Brooks Koepka, and our good friends Riggs and Trent, little guys on golf to end the show. They were at Augusta on Monday, so they're going to give us boots on the ground take. Great show for you. Action-packed, and it's all brought to you by our friends at DraftKings. The Greens at Augusta will soon host golf's greatest players, and DraftKings is bringing you closer to the action with a major offer to celebrate the tournament. This week, all customers can deposit $10 or more and receive a ticket to DraftKings Millie Maker contest for a shot at the $1 million top prize. Playing is easy. Assemble a team of golfers while staying under the salary cap. Then sit back as your players score points. Download the DraftKings app and use code TAKE to play free for a shot at the $1 million top prize only on DraftKings with code TAKE. The crown is yours. You can get into it right now. We also, if you're listening to this before 8 a.m. Central Time, we are doing our Barstool Mini Golf, and DraftKings has a free-to-play contest for the Barstool Mini Golf Open. So you can get in on that as well. So go check out right now some awesome free-to-play stuff. Download the DraftKings app. Use code TAKE to play free for a shot at the $1 million top prize only at DraftKings with code TAKE. The crown is yours. Okay, let's go.
Hey, football guy. Patino. AWS. Pardon my take. Yeah. Pardon my take. Yeah. Pardon my take. Yeah. Pardon my take. Yeah. Pardon my take.
Welcome to Part of My Take, presented by DraftKings. Download the DraftKings app. Use code TAKE to play free for a shot at the $1 million top prize only on DraftKings with code TAKE. The crown is yours. They're doing a top prize Millie Maker contest for Augusta this week. So go download the app right now. Use code TAKE and play for a shot at the $1 million top prize in that contest. Today is Wednesday, April 10th, and the UConn Huskies have their 6th national title, and absolute domination, back-to-back, 12 games in a row against the spread, 12 games, double digits. Dan Hurley is at the top of college basketball.
The most dominant stretch in postseason play of any team ever.
It was crazy.
The best run of any team ever. I think we could say like UConn dominated everybody. The games were not particularly exciting.
Nope.
UConn, I think they're the best second half team in the entire tournament by a vast margin. But it felt like it might be close a little bit in the first half when Zach Edey was superhuman.
Yep.
And he played awesome in the first half. He was the best player on the court by far. He was dunking on people. The hook shots were falling. He did look a little bit like he was seeing something new when Klingon was playing defense on him.
Yeah.
He would turn around, he'd do that fast pivot, and he'd be like, I'm not used to having a guy's shoulder right here and a guy's hand right here where my hand is. But he was still making his shots. He just got exhausted.
He got exhausted, and UConn, they have great players, and they are so well coached through this 2-year run where you saw right away, it was clear, and Dan Hurley said this after the game. He was like, we were going to let Zach Edey get his points, and we were going to let him score 20, 30. He ended up scoring, 37? Did he score 37?
I believe so.
37. He was like, but we're going to make him work for it, and if the rest of their team is held to 20 or less, there is no way that they can beat us. And that was exactly what they did. They were so aggressive on the perimeter, face guarding. I mean, Purdue shot the three all year long. I think they had 7 3-pointer attempts. Like, they had 2 in the first half. So it was very clear, besides Zach Edey, the only other Purdue Boilermaker who really came to play was Braden Smith. And, Lawyer was completely taken out of the game. Gillis was taken out of the game. So it was UConn. It was very similar to the Iowa game on Sunday, where it was like They have a great player, Purdue, in Zach Edey, who's a great, great college basketball player. UConn's team is so good and so well balanced, and even like their guards just rebounding, like they all were. I think
Cam Spencer was awesome.
I think their entire starting five had over 5 rebounds. Like the team effort that it takes and the team defense, and even in the second half when Klingon got in foul trouble, and it was like, ooh, this could be a little nerve wracking. Like Dan Hurley adjusted, started even when Klingon was in the game, started doubling in the post. Zach Edey would throw it out. Guess what? Those guys haven't taken shots all game. They're not in a rhythm. They weren't making anything, and they just suffocated them and stepped on them. And Dan Hurley said it perfectly after the game. We won by a lot again.
Yeah. And Dan Hurley also played some great defense on his own player. When he went on the court.
He just lost his mind.
He went on the court. He was like, I need Cam to move. 2 feet on there, steps on, pushes Cam. And then he looks at the ref like, what would I do?
Yeah.
Like, why are you calling a foul on me? Like, why? That's not technical.
Yeah.
I'm allowed to. That's my player.
He blacked out.
I can shove my own player if I want to. That's how Danny Hurley tells players that he loves them.
Yeah, and we love Danny Hurley. I know he's not for everyone. We'll get to that, especially Greg Doyle.
Yeah.
Indy star. We'll get to that in a second, but I want to talk about the game, a couple more things. The team, like watching a team like UConn throughout this 2-year run, and they lost 75% of their scoring from last year. It really is a crazy thing to see, and you saw even some of the clips that people were posting of Dan Hurley talking about, like, when we go to the transfer portal, it's just as much about a player's family and like what type of like makeup they have, and we don't want guys who are jumping from school to school every year. And they've just figured it out. Like, this is a time in college basketball where we're in a weird transition where every school is trying to figure out the transfer portal and NIL and all these things. And UConn just did it before everyone else. And now Danny Hurley's press conference after the Villanova loss in 2020 might go down as one of the coolest, most badass clips of all time when he said, "Get us now because we're coming and you're not going to get us later." And that was after they lost to Villanova in 2020. And now they sit atop the throne. And I don't know, like, going three-peat would be insane. But I also think that what they've got rolling right now and their coaching staff and their system, like, I wouldn't put it past them.
No, I would not bet against UConn next year. Danny Hurley seems to have it all figured out. His son got in the game again.
Yeah.
Andrew Hurley got in there. What's their record now? 43?
43-0.
43-0 when Andrew Hurley plays in a game. He wanted to shoot the ball so bad. His dad was like yelling at him like, "Don't do it." He was rocking that pivot foot.
Yeah.
And then he turned the ball over because he's the designated turnover guy.
Yeah.
When they need to not shoot at the end of games and let the shot clock run out. So he got another turnover. I wanted him to shoot so bad.
So that was where I think Greg Doyle decided he was going to write his article, because we couldn't see it, but he was sitting pretty close. And apparently Matt Painter was basically telling Andrew Hurley, go ahead and shoot. Like, shoot. And so Greg Doyle was like, wow, that was a really classy move by Matt Painter.
Mm-hmm.
Greg Doyle also admitted that he was like, I don't watch a lot of UConn. Is he always this much of an ass,
Yes,
Danny Hurley?
That's what Danny Hurley does.
He is, and he admits he's an ass. And also, Andrew Hurley gets into he's been into every single tournament game, and he's done the same thing every time. So that's just what they do. They stomp on you, and then he comes in and closes out. But Greg Doyle afterwards wrote an article that was titled, "On the Biggest Stage, Purdue Showed Nation What Indiana Already Knows. Boilers Are All Class, While Dan Hurley Was Really Just Kind of an Ass."
Mm-hmm.
Probably the saltiest article I've ever read. I actually paid for the subscription to read it. It was essentially just like 1,000, 2,000 words of him saying, Matt Painter, you really learn a lot about guys in the Final Four, and what Matt Painter showed we should all be so proud of, and Dan Hurley is a monster and a terrible guy. And Greg Doyle, you should just stop writing and stop covering sports, because guess what? You know what people like to watch? They like to watch people win, and win in ways that Dan Hurley's doing. He shows his emotion, and he's not a fucking robot, and he's the new face of college basketball.
It was 1,000 words to say I didn't watch college basketball for the last 3 seasons.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's what he did. He's like, is this guy always? Is this his normal? Yes, that's what Danny Hurley does. But his players like him. That's the big thing. Like, if you're an ass like that and your players don't like you, you don't play hard for your coach, then that can be a problem. But if your players like you and you're intense and they get it, then you can do really awesome things, which UConn has done. And we talked a little bit on Monday's show about what a dream run you must have if you're a UConn fan who is also a Boston sports fan, which half the state probably is. Somebody sent this to me. This is AWL Sabermetrics. He was born in 1991. He's a Boston sports fan, and he's a UConn fan. He's had 6 Super Bowls, 4 World Series,
Jesus.
a Stanley Cup, an NBA championship, 6 men's titles, and 11 women's titles since he's been born. Sports must kick so much ass.
Don't forget the 2011 Fiesta Bowl.
Of course.
They did go to a Fiesta Bowl.
Of course. How many civil conflicts have you won?
Yeah, that was when there was that little blip where they gave the Big East an automatic BCS Bowl.
Yeah.
And they won that year. I think that was Dan Orlovsky. Nah, that might not have been Dan Orlovsky's year. I don't know who was on that team, but they went to a Fiesta Bowl.
Yeah, just a dream run.
You
Life is so good if you're that person.
Yeah, you want a crazy
Imagine
stat.
just being told that you're better than everybody at least once a year.
Yeah, and you just get like you're just like, oh, even if you never win another one, you had that run.
Yeah.
That's insane. And he probably will win more. But here's a crazy wild stat for UConn. This is from A Way Too Worthy on Twitter. UConn has missed 32% of the NCAA tournaments played since 1999. UConn has won 24% of the NCAA tournaments played since 1999.
Mm-hmm.
That's like they've never lost a championship game. They've been to 7 Final Fours, 6 national titles. It's crazy. Jim Calhoun has built something that he passed to Kevin Ollie. Don't forget Kevin Ollie, and then passed to Dan Hurley, and it's nuts. I mean, they're the class. They have more national titles than Duke and Indiana. Think about that.
That's wild to think.
They have the 3rd most national titles. UCLA has 11. Kentucky has 8. UConn has 6. It's crazy.
Good job, UConn. I'm happy for you. Danny Hurley. I like Danny Hurley. I think he's a funny guy. I think he like gets super intense on the court, and then he immediately afterwards is like, okay, I got a little carried away there.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to work on it. And he tries to work on it a little bit, but it's still going to come out.
Yeah.
That's just who he is.
And he had a great line when they asked him about Kentucky. He was just like, I just started making money. I don't want to get divorced.
Yeah, he said, ask my wife about
It's
that.
a great coach line, just being like, listen, I'm the head coach of the basketball team. She's the head coach of the family.
They did show his wife after the game. Respect. Again.
Jake, you were on the floor. What'd you think?
I was. It was a tremendous experience. Very fortunate to be able to do those types of things. 3rd straight year and 2nd straight year interviewing Dan Hurley on the court after he cuts down the net.
With national champion Dan Hurley. Deja vu, huh?
Yeah, man. It was that part of my take, man. It was that part of my take. Recurring guest, man. I give it all the credit.
Yeah.
Can we be honest about something, though, Jake?
Yeah. Critique me as much as you want.
No, not you. Not you.
Oh, okay.
The tournament. Grade the tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I give this tournament probably a D.
Yeah, it wasn't the best tournament, but like it's still the tournament.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
It
So,
was
like-
a tournament.
Yeah. So like we're not going to look back and say this was a great tournament, but in the moment these 3 weeks I still enjoy them as much as I do every year.
It's the story is not the tournament this year. It's that UConn went back to back.
Yeah.
That's really what it is. Because we didn't have, all these moments that maybe we look back and be like, oh my God, it was crazy. It was chaotic. NC State run obviously comes to mind. But
Golke.
UConn was the story. I also will just say to the AWLs who maybe listen to this, who are Houston fans, I do think we were robbed of that because I do not think Houston would have beaten UConn, but I think Houston was the 2nd best team, and that's no offense to Purdue, but Purdue had an incredible run. Like they silenced a lot of the haters, getting bounced in terrible fashion the last few years. Zach Edey is an all-time college basketball player. They just ran up against a team that was that much better than everyone else.
Yeah. Zach Edey is like when you bought like a basketball video game when you were a kid and you get to create a player, he's exactly the player that you would just like a huge guy. And you're like, I'm going to make a dude that's going to dunk all over everybody. And then you dominate. You're loving the game. And then playing against UConn is like when you level up the difficulty. The first game that you do that and you're like, oh shit, this is kind of hard.
Yeah.
Like you come out, you still get your points, but nothing was easy after the first half for Edey.
But and it's not like you can never feel good about losing the national championship game, but I think if you're a Purdue fan, you can at least take solace in that like what has happened in the last 3 years. You had an incredible run that made a lot of memories. Again, this doesn't help right now because it's still fresh, but if Purdue had not gotten to the Sweet 16, it would have been way worse.
Yeah.
You'd rather lose the national championship game.
Yes.
As much as it might hurt right now, you guys had a great season, a great run, and Zach Edey will go down as one of the best college basketball players. And I think the tide kind of turned where he's like, the people were like, you know what, like let's maybe stop. Maybe that's because I don't have to deal with him anymore.
I loved it when he was yelling at people, when he was screaming at dudes hanging on the rim.
Yeah,
I
he
liked that
showed a
fight.
lot of fight.
He didn't have that fire in years past, and it was cool to see, and he was dominant. He's probably going to be on the Canadian Olympic team, so we might not be done with Zach Edey just yet. And actually, I don't know, I'm not an NBA scout, but I feel like the way that he played against UConn, he looked so good in that first half that there will be a team that wants to take a chance.
He'll be drafted for sure. He'll probably be drafted in the first round. Someone will take a shot at it and just be like, what, see if we can work with this. We also had because it wasn't enough that all the women's former players or current players went after Caitlin Clark. Draymond Green decided to chime in with.
He said he quit.
He quit. He said, "Job well done, 35. You did your job tonight." It was him that made Edey quit with about 19 minutes to go in the second half. There was a turnover, and I saw Edey body language walking back. He was done. Now rewatch the game from that point on. #free game. I don't know, man. Zach Edey was playing his balls off, and no one else was helping him. And also Draymond Green, like, you've quit a lot too.
Yeah, and also Edey was probably exhausted because he had another big man that was just leaning on him for an entire half. He wasn't used to having a big dude like that just pushing him around all the time. So he probably I think he just got tired.
He got tired. And no one made shots. And UConn's plan was, you saw it. Like, they're like, all right, we'll let him go one-on-one in the post in the first half, and we will make sure they were face-guarding everyone, being like, you're not going to get the ball back.
Heidi made a shot.
Heidi
made an awesome shot.
Heidi from nowhere.
I have Heidi #1 on my NBA draft big board right now just for that putback dunk.
That was incredible.
I saw that. I was like, why wasn't that guy starting?
Yeah.
And Clingan did shoot a 3.
He did. Fanta was
there.
so close. Oh, Johnny Fanta. What a moment that would have been. Oh, would have been incredible. But yeah, overall, not the best tournament, but UConn.
We got to witness greatness.
Yeah, they're the
shout
class.
out greatness.
I mean, the fact they did it double digits, and again, I know not everyone gambles, but 12-0 against the spread is so insane because they make the lines to make it so that it will be 50-50.
Yeah.
And it was just free money the entire 2-year stretch. It's crazy.
Did you guys see the all-tournament team? They announced it right after the game.
Who's on it?
Zach Edey.
Yeah.
Donovan Clingan, Stephon Castle, Tristan Newton, Cam Spencer.
Okay.
Oh, like what if you put Zach Edey on UConn?
That was literally
how dominant would they be?
Poor Alex Caravan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only starter who didn't
He
make
played
it.
well, too. They all played well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just crazy. You never see that where it's just first team is literally
It's
UConn,
like
Castle
Edey.
was awesome.
Yeah.
It's like
Tristan
when the
Newton is Tristan Newton was he went to East Carolina, was not looked at all out of El Paso, went to East Carolina. I think his coach got fired, and then goes to UConn and wins back-to-back most valuable player in the Final Four. Crazy, awesome story.
Jake, that's like when the Pistons had, I think, 5 All-Star start, or maybe not the starters, but they had 5 All-Stars, and for a period during the All-Star game, they had all 5. So it was the Pistons
That's crazy.
against the Western Conference All-Stars.
Yeah.
That was like the Rip Hamilton, Chauncey
Yeah.
Billups.
Yeah.
The 5 of them started.
Rasheed Wallace, Ben Wallace.
I was thinking about this too.
Tayshaun
'cause-
Oh, yeah, Rip
Prince.
Hamilton was
Yeah,
there.
Rip Hamilton
and Ray,
was
Ray
there.
Allen, yeah.
And there's some guys who you could be like, oh, they built it. Ray Allen didn't win a title, but he helped build it. Who else? Cliff Robinson, I think, was there. He helped build it.
Okafor.
Okafor won a title.
Rudy Gay.
Rudy Gay, I feel like that has to suck. Because that was one of the teams that was supposed to win a title, lost to George Mason, and it's like
Ben
like-
Gordon won, right?
Ben Gordon won, yeah. But like you have the guys that built the program that you're like, okay, that makes, in the 90s with Jim Calhoun.
It's like
they're
D'Amico
building-
Ryan.
Yeah, and then just like, okay, yeah, you're here.
Yeah.
It's brotherhood. Please, UConn, don't do like a brotherhood, weird, stupid thing like that.
Yeah, they'll be okay with that one. It was funny also seeing Bill Murray spooning with Jim Calhoun.
Yeah.
I think he's probably the only dude that could spoon with Calhoun without Calhoun punching him in the face.
Yeah. Luke Murray said that he's going to stay.
Yeah.
I feel like he would get a job, but it's probably so much fun
Winning everything.
winning all the time.
Inviting Calhoun onto the stage was really cool.
Yes.
The
And he's the
picture I sent
architect.
you
He built the whole
Of
thing.
Calhoun and Danny Hurley holding the trophy.
Yeah. They had to
Crazy.
they were, I think it was, I might be speaking out of turn, but I'm pretty sure when the Big East was created, like UConn kind of had to beg to get in because they didn't really fit into the whole, their state school, and they didn't have the history of
It's
some
weird
of
that
the
they
other
left for the AAC.
I know.
Like that's
Well, that
such
was
a weird
football.
era.
Football fucked everything, and yeah, they're back at the Big East. They had the Big East commissioner cut the
Yeah,
neck
Val
down.
Ackerman.
Yeah.
So what happens if UConn wins a 3rd in a row? Because right afterwards,
Bad for basketball.
right after the game was over, they immediately started saying, "Yeah, I think we can win a 3rd," and I think that they can.
Yeah.
At that point, they become UConn women's team.
Yeah, th're bad for
From
basketball.
10 years ago, they're bad for basketball.
Yep.
And then at that point, if you win 3 in a row, I feel like the NBA would just toss a shitload of money at Hurley.
Yeah. Although I think he's going to get a new contract. I mean, so we can talk about it.
He's going to have to get a new contract. And I think he does want to stay. I think he will stay. It's just about like if they offer him $7 million and then Kentucky comes in with like $12 million.
Yeah.
I still think he would stay though.
I do too. So Cal officially said that he's going to Arkansas. He posted the grainiest video ever, which was very funny. He also had on Monday, a reporter found him walking his dog with a dog stroller. I think the dog was not in the stroller. And it was just the most ridiculous video because Cal is like the center of all conversation in college basketball. And he's walking on a public street and he's like, I'm just walking my dog. Can you leave me alone?
Yeah, it might be the most. I think it's the most SEC video ever.
Yeah,
and he's using his dog as a shield against the media.
It's like Jimbo with the Christmas tree.
Yeah, I'm walking my dog here. Of course, I can't talk to you.
Yeah.
So then the next day he goes home. He's like, okay, I do need to make a video and issue a statement. So he has the same camera that they used to film Bigfoot come into his living room. They videotaped him saying bye to Big Blue Nation, and then he deleted it after like 5 minutes because. Yep. Everybody was roasting what a bad video it was, which is a genius move.
Yeah.
Because now no one's mad at Coach Cal for leaving Kentucky. They're just making fun of how shitty his camera is.
Right.
So like a 500 IQ play.
Yes.
By Coach Cal.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he should have done a video like this. Is actually for anyone has to leave a place and under weird circumstances. Like maybe do the video and just don't have audio first.
Yeah, the worst. Yeah, make it as bad as possible.
Yeah, but so he's gone.
He deleted. He re-uploaded. He's not a one and done guy after all. And the new video is it's crystal clear.
Yeah, and so we had Nate Oates say that he's out. Billy Donovan kind of said he's out. Danny Hurley has sort of said he's out.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like maybe Scott Drew.
Scott Drew would make a lot of sense. He did build that program from like less than scratch.
Yes.
He brought it back from the death.
Yeah.
They had the death penalty.
Yeah. So it feels like Scott Drew is going to be the name. Although, again, it's college sports, so any coach saying they're out doesn't mean anything at all.
You know who hasn't said that he's out?
Who?
Patino.
Oh, Patino.
He's not out. He's still in.
Sometimes you got to go back to actually
He's
move
still
forward.
He might pull out later, but he's in right now.
It'd be great.
What was his biggest regret when he came on the show?
Yeah.
Kentucky.
Even Kentucky.
He would have won so many there. Although I love Patino in the Italian league.
Yeah, it's good for the sport.
He's in the Italian league.
Is Danny Hurley making the Big East less Italian?
I don't know. He's got kind of Italian energy. He's a shorter guy, fiery. Yeah.
Yeah,
Max honorary?
He has Italian vibes. Also, it was really nice hearing everyone say 4 of 8.
Oh
yeah.
Villanova.
Yeah, because we're you don't get the 4 of 8 without the cast.
That's true, but this has to hurt because it's just they have become what you were.
4 of 8. Well, but then no, because they had a lull too. They won those 2.
No, I said they have become what you were.
Yeah, but
we're in present tense right now.
Correct, but we're just. We're gonna get back.
Okay,
we're gonna get back.
So that answers my question. That he knows they have become what Villanova was, and that hurts.
And now you have to deal with Villanova every year. You have to deal with old Villanova.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, no. And then there was another thing on like Nova Twitter being like, "Fuck," because 18 was like the best team of all time.
Yeah.
So now it's like no, it's tough.
Statistically, this is the best team of all time.
Well,
right?
you know what the funniest thing is? I think the highest Ken Pom rated team of all time was actually 99 Duke, who lost to UConn.
Yeah, but that doesn't. I mean,
well, I'm just saying,
lose,
like they. I'm saying
out.
they beat the best team of all time, and they've also, I think they outscored their opponents by like 140 or something ridiculous. So yeah, tough, Max.
Can you imagine if they get Cooper Flag to flip? Get that Providence Twitter shit going on. The flip.
It is funny watching
the flip.
Like, you sure?
The flip.
The flip.
Oh yeah, they really
Cooper.
want you guys to interview Kim English.
Yeah,
we're gonna have to do that. We will do that.
But Cooper.
It also is
for
crazy.
America. Cooper. Like, I don't think Cooper Flag understands how much America is going to hate him at Duke.
Yes.
Just flip
a lot.
Just flip Cooper.
It also is crazy that everyone just keeps talking. Like UConn, like they literally return nobody, but like they still have just as good of a chance as anyone.
Yeah, because they'll find someone,
year.
and they'll return a couple guys.
No, Diarra's their sixth man's the only one who has any eligibility left.
No, Tristan Newton definitely does, right?
I don't know. I was
And
looking it up.
Caravan definitely does. So you're living in fantasy land right now.
I don't know. I was looking it up online that said that DR was the only one that had any eligibility.
Was this like a
Was you found someone who told you exactly what you wanted to
Caravan's a sophomore.
hear? Caravan's
Yeah.
a sophomore.
Samson Johnson's
You
a
might
junior.
declare.
Samson
Yeah,
Johnson
but
might come
I'm-
back?
Pull a Brawny.
Tristan Newton is a senior, but let's see. He might have a COVID year. No,
He's played in 5
He's-
seasons.
so he probably doesn't.
But who knows?
And I wouldn't be shocked if Cam Spencer tries to take it to court to play another year because he just is like, I want to be. He's going to be, we make fun of Rico for succession plans. Cam Spencer will be the succession plan at UConn.
Yeah, he's just going to go meet.
In 10 years, he'll just be the coach. Yeah. So, yeah, that's tough that you were wrong.
Caravan's the only one I was wrong on.
Okay. That's a big
Yeah,
that's a
I mean
big
that's
piece.
the fifth guy in there.
Donovan Clingan could come back.
No, he can't, he's not going to.
But
He's
he
gonna be
could.
Castle
but
could
he's
come
not
back.
going.
Castle could come back.
But
He's
they're
a
not going
freshman.
to.
What if the NIL has changed everything?
No, both of them are going to be top 10 picks.
I'm just saying, what if the NIL has changed everything? Yeah. All right. Anything else?
Clayton Kong.
Kling Kong. Yeah.
Kling
go
Kong
buy the
shirts.
Kling Kong shirts.
NIL money goes to Donovan Clingan.
Yes.
I showed him on the court. I showed him the picture of the shirt, and he said, "That's awesome."
Well, I hope he had seen it before.
You've seen
that.
it, yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
also credit to Dan Hurley for crediting us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for that video, Jake.
Anytime he makes
Cash
Final
it in,
Four,
brother.
he's welcome to come
We gotta
on.
put that on a shirt.
Cash it in, brother.
Brother.
Yeah, brother.
Yeah,
was how
I
you said.
botched that.
Yeah,
but-
that's okay. You did a good job, Jake.
Thanks.
All right. Anything else before we do hot seat, cool throne, and get to some masters?
Oh yeah, there's one other thing in college basketball. Avila is in the transfer portal.
Yes.
So
yeah, but they're saying he's going straight to St. Louis to
Of
follow
course.
his shirts.
Yeah.
Apparently, in the portal, you can put like a red exclamation point, which means you can't contact the player. So that means like
So why is he in the
decisions
portal?
are-
Because he's
because
going to St.
You
Louis.
have to formally do it to transfer. But
Oh,
if you,
he already knows.
If you mark yourself, you can't be
I
can't
don't
be
like
contacted.
that.
No.
I just wanted a couple weeks of every team just thinking about the Avila photoshops that could be out there.
Yeah, would have been nice. All right, let's do hot seat, cool throne. Hot seat, cool throne, brought to you by our friends at Coors Light. From day-to-day annoyances to the big stuff life throws your way, it's easy to get worked up, but there's a better way, a chiller way. Turn that canceled concert into a parking lot dance party. Too cold for an ocean swim? Play volleyball and light a bonfire instead. That's choosing chill, and when you choose chill, reach for a Coors Light. When the mountains turn blue, it's as cold as the Rockies. When you choose to rise above it all, choose chill. Choose Coors Light. Get Coors Light delivered straight to your door with Instacart by going to CoorsLight.com/take. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. PFT, you want to just open up one last one on the chill calendar?
I would love to.
Let's just see.
I would love to. I
Let's open up the last day.
I'm really good at this.
I'm going to
calendar.
miss March. I always get a little sad. Thank God we have the Masters right after.
Here we go. Let's go one more. One in the middle. Make it a challenge. Home stretch starts now. Optimism can be hard to come by, so today we're providing a little perspective. Now you can always tell yourself my glass is half full, even when your bracket is a totally empty dumpster somehow going up in flames. Look at this.
Oh, and
Well,
it looks like it's half full.
Look at this cute little pint glass here.
You definitely picked the easiest one that you think
Of
you could
course
have
you
opened.
did.
Pick a number, bitch.
The last
course
one.
you did.
He said
Pick a number,
This,
bitch.
this tournament we
The
remembered
last
for
one.
UConn's dominance and the calendar's dominance over PFT.
All right, look away. Look away. Got it. It's a koozie. Reversible sleeve knows that nothing celebrates a win better than a beer. It also knows nothing saves a loss better than a beer. Now, whatever happens, you'll be ready to represent with chill. And I got a koozie. Hooray, I won on the koozie. Was that clean enough for you, Max?
that was pretty good.
Yeah. That's right.
That's right. All right, Hank, hot seat, cool throne.
My hot seat is, I guess I don't really, should I reverse my hot seat or just go with it?
Reverse.
Okay.
What was your hot seat going to be?
It was going to be Max, but it's kind of a cool throne, and my hot seat was,
No,
my
that's
cool
hot
throne was
seat.
kind of us, but it could be a hot
The
seat.
switcheroo.
So my hot seat is us. We're still in the third dimension.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, you were wrong.
Scared a lot
I was
of
kind of looking forward to it, so it was going to be cool throne, but I kind of was hoping we were in the fourth dimension. So
people. Well,
Eclipse sucked, overrated Eclipse.
Well, we were in a bad spot for it.
But I think everyone, the consensus, even the people that were in the
well, not that woman who was
zone
screaming.
of magicness.
I will remember the eclipse as the video of the guy's ball sacks.
Yeah, that's funny.
So that was Mike, our security guard, sent it to me. I sent it to everyone in my phone. He then tweeted it, and then I think I saw a Mexican news station actually put it on air by
Yeah.
accident.
yeah.
That video rocked.
And they were just mortified by looking at the ball sacks. But yeah, we were not in the zone of totality. Is that what it's called? The path of totality.
Totality.
But I did have a particle physicist reach out to me last night, and they were talking about Hank's performance on the podcast on Monday and all the things that Hank got wrong. And apparently this physicist wants to turn the CERN Collider onto you and just make you disappear because you're so wrong about everything.
I would be down if there's like a, test dummy to get to the fourth dimension. Like, I'd be the Christopher Columbus of that.
Now, how do you know that we're not in the fourth dimension, though?
You don't.
Maybe
I guess we'll find out tomorrow when he putts.
Maybe this fourth dimensional Hank is really good at golf.
Tomorrow, mini golf open.
So if I'm good, then maybe we're in the fourth dimension.
Right, exactly. Like if you hit every hole in one, then we're there.
4D.
That would be sick.
Yeah.
People used to call me 2D in high school because I was so skinny. My cool throne is Max.
Oh.
He's going to be living his dream.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think we alluded to it on Monday. You guys were confused what I was talking about. But this Friday, 4/12, starting at the Barstool Bar, Max is going to be...
Which Barstool Bar?
Barstool Bar in Philly.
Okay.
Sorry. Max is going to lead the first 100 people that go to the Barstool Bar. They'll get a ticket to ride the Chill Train and go to the Sixers game. It's Pride Night, coincidentally.
Oh, it is Pride Night.
And at 6 p.m., Max is going to be leading the Sixers drum line from Barstool Sansom to the Chill Train to the game.
And if you know anything about Max, he is very good at leading these trains. He did one for Darts Day like 3 years ago before he quit darts, and he gets the people going.
Yeah.
He gets the people going. So if you're in Philly, show up to the Barstool Bar, get a free ticket on the Chill Train, and Max is going to put on a show. That's what I promise you. Max will put on a show for you guys.
Starts at 4:30. Get there at 4:30. I'm nervous about people coming.
On Pride
Night? On the train?
On everything.
You're going to run a train on Pride Night.
Okay.
First 100 people get a free ticket to the game. It's a big game.
Max is going to make sure people come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Max is going to make you come
Yeah.
when he runs your train on Pride Night.
This is a big moment for you, Max.
I know. I don't like
City
it.
of Philadelphia
I
is
don't
going
like
to
it.
show up for Max.
Will you be sitting in a box?
I don't think so.
And don't throw tomatoes at him.
No. Come on.
What? Don't. I said don't. I love
hate you.
I love when you say "come on." It's so fucking cute.
We got him a big, whatever you call it, conductor's hat, like the person that.
Oh
leads the drum line.
yes.
One of those batons.
Yeah.
The overalls too.
This is a nightmare. This whole
You're
thing
gonna
is a
do
nightmare.
great, sweetie.
But it's like one of those things where you say it's your nightmare, but low-key it's like your dream.
Yeah,
It's
you're
not
gonna
my
lead
dream.
a
It is
fucking
not
drum
my
line
dream.
on Pride Night. If you told 12-year-old Max Celente that, he'd be like, "Oh my God, thank God, I made it."
I just hope people show up.
People show up.
I just hope people show up.
Please show up.
I mean, free ticket to the game.
Please
Free
clap.
ticket to the game. Free ticket to the game. We're still fighting for that 6th seed. Pacers won today. That was tough, but two nights off. Embiid will definitely be playing. Embiid, I'm just gonna say it. Embiid will definitely be playing.
Nice.
Magic, good basketball team. Big win. Got to win on Friday night.
Let's go, Max. Okay.
Have some pride.
PFT, your hot seat cool throne.
My hot seat is every Major League Baseball pitcher because they've all got elbow issues.
Yeah.
And they're all getting Tommy John. They're all getting UCL injuries. How many have there been this year? There've been it feels like 6 quality starters that have gone on the DL with some sort of shoulder tightness. And I looked up the stat starting pitchers that throw 96.5 miles per hour in a season from 2019 to 2023. They're all injured.
Yeah.
All of them have been injured. I'm looking up and down this list right now. We've had even a couple more added in the last 2 days. Seems like every good pitcher is getting hurt this year.
Well, we talked about it on Sunday. Like, it's just everyone's obsessed with velocity, throwing it so fucking hard.
And the uniforms. And the uniforms are an additional issue. But, yeah, the list just keeps growing day by day by day. My cool throne, I'm going to switch it up a little bit. My cool throne is the Masters app. We're going to talk to Max Home about it in a second.
Mm-hmm.
I re-download the Masters app.
Have
it's a
to.
tradition unlike any other. And when you log into the first time, it just feels – it's such a great way to come down from the NCAA tournament being over. And now you have the Masters app back, which is the greatest piece of technology ever invented.
Yep.
And you open it up and you're like, everything's going to be okay.
Yeah.
Because the Masters app's here and it's comforting and it's perfect and it runs as smoothly as anything. I fucking love the Masters app.
Yeah, I do too. All right. My hot seat is NBA playoff strategy. So we had two things. One, someone on Twitter threw this out there that I'm very interested in what you guys think. He said, is it legal for players to kiss as a strategy? Let's say that it's the finals, game 7 in a crunch time. If Luka starts kissing Kyrie, not a single defender will be watching the ball, leaving Exum open for an easy 3. Would Luka and Kyrie be called for a tech, or would the points count?
I think it counts. We talked about this on the show.
Yeah.
I think this was our idea.
Kissing? Oh, so someone
Yeah,
stole
I
it from
think
us.
it's
Old, yeah, that's a old.
Oh, okay.
This is
so
our
it's
idea.
old. All right.
You remember the old, like, you've seen it in like high school tapes where one player will get on the ground,
Falls
start barking
down
like
yeah.
a dog.
All right, so that's it.
That thing, yeah. Just make out with. Is it a foul to make out with your opponent?
No, I don't think so.
Is that? I don't know. We need to get a rules.
Your opponent
analyst.
probably, but your teammate.
I was like, this sounds vaguely familiar, but then it was from yesterday, so I was like, damn, they're just stealing us from 2018.
Yeah.
But here's the new strategy that no one's ready for. The Bulls unveiled tonight the double person dunk. It didn't go in, but I think if it did, it would have counted for 4 points.
Do you think it was a double dunk, or you think the guy behind was trying to block the shot?
No, I think it was. So Torrey Craig went to throw it up off the glass to himself, and Andre Drummond thought he was throwing it to him, and they both tried to dunk at the same time, and neither of them dunked. But I'm pretty sure if it had gone in, it would have been a double dunk, 4 points.
Yeah, it's hard to defend.
The picture of them, of
I saw
Torrey
that.
Craig just being like, what the fuck? Why is there someone on my back trying to dunk this ball?
You should never try to do something like this when you're losing.
Yeah, Andre Drummond also turned his ankle like the next play.
Yeah.
So the Bulls, yeah, they're gonna figure it out. Also, I do think the only reason that Billy Donovan is still alive for the Kentucky job is that Jerry Reinsdorf would pack his bags for him, being like, now I don't have to pay you, because there was a story in the Chicago Sun-Times today about Jerry Reinsdorf and the White Sox. He said a source recently said that Reinsdorf, who is also the chairman of the White Sox, knew that manager Pedro Grifol had put in a fireable season by midsummer of 2023, but he wanted to wait at least a year so the dead money wasn't as big a hit.
Okay.
So just terrible employees being like, I don't want to pay him.
Yeah, but that's good that they might move on though, or did they already move on?
No, they haven't.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah, that's what he's dealing with. All right, my cool throne, I got 2 as well. One is anyone who loves coffee, because Stella Blue, we have the golden mug. We have done our first golden mug of the year. It's going to be all day today, all day Thursday. We got new merch. This hat is in the store. All the coffee is stocked. Cold brew season's here, and 5 people are going to win a custom Stella Blue golf bag and a new driver. So 5 people can win the golden mug. It's going to be great. Obviously, we give money to Dogs, Paws Chicago. But yeah, we got all the new merch, hats, coffee, everything. I love doing the gold mug because it makes me feel like Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
So go buy it right now. And then my other cool throne was the Chargers, because Jim Harbaugh has unveiled his new strategy, which our friend Sam Schwartzstein has told us he has all kinds of stuff like this. But Jim Harbaugh has made some locker room changes. Not only are players' lockers rearranged numerically, but each player's nameplate now shows their recruit level coming out of high school, not ranked through 5-star recruit level.
I like that.
We all came
Remember
from a different place, and now we're here, all this together.
Remember, also for the guys that weren't highly recruited, remind them of that every day.
Khalil Mack,
Hey,
I think he was 0 stars.
People think you suck.
Right. He also, when I asked Sam what this probably meant, and he said that he just loves to rank stuff, loves to remind everyone that doesn't matter where you started, we're all in this together. And then he said that Jim Harbaugh used to call, he'd classify all the players at Stanford, and the lowest classification was bus rider, steak eater, because they don't play, they just go to games and eat the team meal.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
I think
bus
that
rider, steak eater.
when Harbaugh was making this list, when he was assigning all the different stars to all the players from their past, he probably in his head thinks like all the players that were 0 stars, those are my core guys.
Yeah.
Like I want 53 of those
Yes.
guys on my team.
Yes, but the Chargers changes have started. All right, Jake.
My hot seat is basketball fans.
Oh.
Giannis, non-contact injury tonight.
What?
MRI.
I saw
Pending.
some unauthorized aggregator Twitter accounts posting this. They don't think that it's an Achilles. They think it's a calf.
Doc Rivers says post game, his level of concern is high, but he's Giannis. I think everyone probably feels the same way as I do right now. So we're just going to hope for the best.
The Bucks have had the season from hell. It
Yeah.
feels like.
You have Doc Rivers as your coach.
Yeah.
So we don't have much
all the other
info,
stuff.
but
Oh, Hank. I mean, that had to be the only team you were even slightly worried
the
about.
Heat.
That had to be the only team you were slightly worried about.
I never root for injuries. I mean, Pat Bev, they said he was going to be out for this season. He started
dog.
tonight, got 20 and 10, belt the ass.
But does this
If he's playing, I'm not worried.
all right. Were the
So
Bucks
no.
the only team that you had a little bit of worry about?
Not really.
Okay. They're still fighting for the 2 seed against the Knicks. And if they get it, then you could potentially rest Giannis, but then they might be playing the Sixers or the Heat. So yeah, Celtics are in the finals.
Pro Football Doc says probably not Achilles.
Oh, okay. That's good.
It'll be fine.
Calf is not good though.
Calf's not good either.
Calf is not good. All right, Jake.
my Cool Thrones the Champions dinner. It took place tonight.
Oh yeah.
And Max, if you want to pull up the picture of Big Cat, I feel like this is kind of like the coach's picture
It is.
light version.
Ah.
The light version.
Yeah, light version.
But, like,
they're all
you can't
dressed the
analyze.
same.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
DJ sings in
Yeah,
there.
but their
Everything.
smiles are different.
Yeah.
Like, so anything
What
stick out
did
to you?
Yeah, what stuck out to me was immediately Phil Mickelson. Phil, if you zoom in on Phil, that's a man who I don't think he had much of an appetite for dinner. I think he probably he took his
He's wide-eyed.
he's
He's looking like he's ready to go to a Florida Panthers game.
He's very alert for this dinner.
Yeah. I also, it just reminds you, like, if you win a Masters, that's just got to be the coolest thing. Be like, every year, once a year,
Yeah.
I get to go to this.
Should we do like a part of my take dinner for life?
What do you mean?
Like we just have dinner.
When?
Once a day?
Whatever.
Sunday?
No,
Sundays. Yeah.
No, just like once a year, like in 50 years.
Yeah, but then we would have to invite Billy.
That's true. Well, no, Billy, we'd also have to invite his 50 Secret Service agents.
Yes, that's true.
Oh yeah, you might be president.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
could do
yeah.
that.
We'll do it at the
We'd
White
have to
House.
invite Jilly.
Yeah. Okay, if Billy gets elected president one day, we will have an annual Part of My Take dinner
Oh, easy.
in the Lincoln bedroom
Yes.
at the White House.
How fast, if Billy became president, would he just forget that we existed?
No, he would arrest us.
Yeah.
He would have
He'd
us.
just be like,
He'd send
those
his secret
guys-
I said he
police.
banned podcast.
Yeah, those would just not be part of.
Just
Yeah.
anyone who said one word on a mic.
Yeah. I also love John Rahm's facial hair in this.
Yeah.
He's got the White Sox Dave beard going on.
Yeah. Tiger's looking good. Fuzzy. Where's Fuzzy Zeller? I don't know.
Is he alive?
I also don't know where
I think
Angel
so.
Cabrera is.
He's not there.
Angel's not there?
No.
You really are a dimplehead.
No, I know he's not there. I'm saying I don't know where he is.
Fuzzy Zeller is
Oh, he went to
alive.
All right, let's go Fuzzy.
Good job, Fuzzy.
Wow.
Who's the Wilford Brimley guy?
What does that mean?
The guy with the mustache.
The fat guy with the mustache.
That guy's on
That's
TV
exactly
all the
what
time.
It means.
What's his
Wilford
name?
Brimley.
He's on
Did
TV.
you reverse image search?
Yeah, who's that?
No, what's
We're
his
showing ourselves right now. People could be like, "Oh, fuck! How did you not know that guy?"
He's always on TV. It's going to be bad.
This is good podcasting.
Man, this is really bad podcasting. Champions Wilford Brimley. Maybe it just is. Wilford Brimley did not win a green jacket. It looks exactly like him. All right, well, we'll just have people tell us how we were wrong and we didn't know anything. And this is going to suck if it's a name that we should have known, PFT.
I'm
It's
telling you.
not. I asked Kirk earlier. I didn't recognize it.
And what did he say?
I forget.
What do you mean?
It's an old guy's name.
All right, we're doing the image search right now.
Okay. this is
Nothing's going
great.
up.
We just bring up a
Great
lot of green
podcasting.
jackets.
Great
Do
podcasting.
you think Augusta has a trademark on that Pantone green?
This is doing nothing for us. Oh, wait.
No,
Does that say his name?
No, it doesn't.
Most likely to call his waitress sweetheart. That's true.
Uh-huh.
That's very true. Scroll. Maybe someone replied in it. 2 words. Sex symbol. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, man. All right. This is going to kill
Let's
us.
see. I'm just going to type old guy mustache.
Yeah, look. Someone said Wilford Brimley.
Old guy
Even more than Brimley.
mustache and golf.
I just searched Wilford Brimley Masters. Okay, we got to find this now. This is terrible podcasting. We apologize to everyone. Sorry.
Craig Stadler.
Craig
Oh,
Stadler. Oh, dude, how did we not get Craig Stadler?
You wanted a playoff in '82.
82.
Of course.
Of course.
The Walrus.
Oh, he's got the first picture is him just like chewing on a bottle of wine. What a fucking legend.
Yeah, this guy rocks.
Okay, let's get to Max and Brooks, and then we have Riggs and Trent as well. We're going to talk some Masters, get you ready for the Masters. Also, everyone tune in. 8:30 Central, the Barstool Mini Golf Open will be live. The Pardon My Take tee time is 9:30 Central, so you can watch us. You can watch us on all of our socials too, right? If you want just hole by hole.
We'll be live on Instagram,
Great.
and then the broadcast will be live on Barstool Sports.
Nick and I on the main feed.
Yep.
Yep. And I want Hank to win. Hank, I'm rooting for you.
I do too.
I want a playoff. We haven't had a playoff in any of these.
I want Hank to win.
I want Hank to win in a playoff.
It's been a blowout as we
Yeah.
went to the 72nd hole. So
I want
like,
Hank to win in a
we
playoff.
want drama.
I want Hank to beat me in a playoff. That'd be good. I want Hank to beat both of us in a playoff.
I just want
three-way playoff. Hank wins.
I just want Hank to win first, second, and third place.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Yeah.
I want it to be like
UConn.
UConn.
Because then it would be like you won, you beat us, you beat me in PFT in the 3-player playoff, and then when the Top Golf video comes out, it won't matter.
True.
Right.
Yeah.
Which will be out.
And this one's for money.
Right.
Good luck, Hank.
Good luck, Hank. All right.
Before we get to Max, he's brought to you by Part of My Cheesesteak. Is your bracket busted? Well, if you're looking for good old-fashioned comfort food, look no further than Part of My Cheesesteak. Part of My Cheesesteak is a pickup and delivery-only restaurant bringing you craveable cheesesteaks, tenders, fries, and desserts for lunch, dinner, and late night. You can choose from our expanded menu. It's got regular cheesesteaks, chipotle cheesesteaks, chipotle chicken, buffalo chicken, or chicken bacon ranch cheesesteaks. Order the Big Cat Combo and get your cheesesteak of choice, fries, and a drink. Or you can get the Max Special, 2 sodas. There's no better combo than cheesesteaks and college hoops. With more than 1,500 locations nationwide, find a Part of My Cheesesteak near you. Order yours now at pardonmycheesesteak.com. Use code PMC20 for 20% off your order at participating locations. Find a Part of My Cheesesteak near you. And now, here's Max Homa.
Okay, we now welcome on our very, very, very good friend, an Augusta tradition unlike any other. It is Max Homa. He's getting ready for his Masters, the year that he finally puts on a green jacket. Max, I actually have to ask you a question first because this has been in the headlines. Your wife is not pregnant right now, is she?
No.
Okay, all right.
That was in the headlines?
No, not you specifically, but Scotty Scheffler said that he would leave if his wife goes into labor. So I just wanted to we needed to make sure that you weren't going to leave at any point if you're leading the Masters.
I think we're all sadly rooting for her to give birth a little early the way he's been golfing.
Someone's going to send her some Thai food or something. He's trying to speed it up.
Hey, Meredith, you want to walk on this curb one leg off to the side for us, please?
All right, so how are you feeling, Max?
Yeah, good. It's been great. I was waiting to tell you I'm playing with Brooks tomorrow in the par 3, so we're getting the Pardon My Take vibes.
Love
about
that.
as good as they come. So I think that's a really good start to the actual event.
That's great. I saw that you were paired with your childhood hero, Tiger Woods. I also saw that your screen name when you were a kid was Next Tiger Woods 59.
Yeah, I've gotten a lot of people. You haven't been one of them, shockingly, PFT. But I've gotten a lot of people saying, "Oh, all the kids say that's Cap now," and they say that's Cap. It was 69, and I was like, "Well, it was." I was like 9 years old. I don't think it was 59 because of golf. Like it's even nerdier.
Yeah, mine was
59's like a sweet score in golf. I guess as you get older, 69 becomes significantly sweeter. But that was it. Next Tiger Woods 59, about as embarrassing as it gets.
All right, so we gotta though. He's just a guy. We can't be a puddle around him. He's just a guy.
No, just a guy. Just a guy. Just a really, really cool childhood hero of mine. But no, it actually has been easier since the first time I played with him. We've gotten to be a lot closer. PFT though, I feel like you were just about to tell me your embarrassing name, and I would like to feel better about mine.
I mean,
So,
yeah,
please.
it was 69.
Oh,
I spelled out the word 69 and then
Damn, you're
numbers. Yeah, I was
you are
fucking.
such a badass.
Yeah, I was fucking. You know me, Max.
Dude, holy cow!
Get the dick wet a little bit, you know. Oh, speaking of
Good
that,
God, it was soaked.
I saw the other news about Tiger Woods that he's not having sex leading up to this Masters tournament. Are you taking a similar route?
I mean, some days by choice, some days not, I guess. I don't know who, nobody cited their source there, but I'm not sure Tiger's got a friend close enough to him that would talk to the media if that were true. So I'm so confused by. I feel like some guy just asked somebody and said, "Yeah,
Yeah.
apparently Tiger's not having sex now." Like I don't know how you get close enough to him to know that. And then if you did get close enough, I'm pretty sure you're usually quiet as a mouse. So that's a weird story, man. But I mean, good for that journalist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a weird story. I mean, our only theory was that maybe his Tiger's penis wrote that story because, like, that's the only one who would know. But yeah, that was definitely a weird story.
Or that might be like a classic NFL smokescreen thing where Tiger has one friend that he thinks is running his mouth a little bit.
Yeah.
So he only tells that one friend that story to see if it gets out, and now that guy's out of the circle.
I wonder if then it came out and he's like, "Oh, gotcha, bitch." He's like, "Fuck, now the story's out."
Yeah.
Damn it.
Should have come up with something a little less weird.
Yeah.
Damn it.
That's a good point. Yeah, I didn't think about that one.
Max, kind of a weird question. You're a diehard Dodgers fan. If you get a text on Thursday morning from a number you don't recognize and it's Shohei Ohtani and he's like, "Hey, I just put $4.5 million on you win the Masters," would that be more pressure or less pressure?
I mean, it sounds about on brand because he sounds like, I mean, if he was gambling and he was down $4.5 million, putting all of it on me to win the Masters sounds right about on par.
Yeah.
For lack of a better pun. That's been crazy. I mean, we've been dumbfounded, enamored a little bit just by how you can be that far in the hole,
Yeah.
even if it wasn't him. That's impressive. And that bookie is what a guy, just taking on some serious heat.
Yeah.
The whole situation. I need a documentary about the whole thing, whether it was Shohei or not.
Yeah. It is a fascinating story, and the Dodgers are a super team, so it's like it's nice that they gave us this one thing we can make fun of when they win like 115 games this year.
Yeah, Joe said it best this morning. He goes, his like bad world, perfect world would be if Shohei somehow got suspended and we still won the World Series, so we didn't have to listen to how we like bought our team for a year. But
yes,
It's not a bad point.
That would be best case, worst case, I guess.
Yeah.
So in terms of your game right now, I know you played last week. You usually don't play the week before the Masters. You decided to this year. What was that decision about? Why'd you figure, okay, you know what, I won't take a break this year?
Great question, PFT.
Great
I
question.
typically sit at home and I try to get my golf game like as perfect as I can get it. And I notice when I show up here like on a Monday, I'm just trying to hold on to it when you're really just getting going Monday to Wednesday. You're getting moving and seeing what's working and going and checking out the golf course instead of just trying to be like a perfect robot of a golfer. So I felt like if I went last week, I would get a bit more into like golf. I never remember what side of the brain you're supposed to use. I'm not going to ask Mac because I think he only uses like one side anyways. Right brain, I think.
He uses the front of his brain.
Yeah.
Only the front with the first thing that comes to mind.
Yeah.
I think it's right brained. I get too left brained at home, and I'd like to play a bit more right brained. So I tried to do that.
How would you
a bit more last week? So
how would you say Max is doing holding up your name right now?
Great. I'm
been
doing great.
disappointing at times.
Wait, no, that was
No,
for
it
that was a
wasn't
question.
No, that was a
question for that was not a question for Christopher Delente. That was a question for Max Homa.
I'm doing a really good job over here, so I just wanted to
I would
step
like it
in
to be
and help.
known that the 8 minutes I'm on the show once every like 4 months, you are bad girl, not Max. So if someone asks Max a question, it should be at me.
Yeah.
That is all I ask. 8 minutes.
So
but he's doing all right. I mean, he's got more seconds than I do, so that's something.
Yeah.
that's a fair point. You've been in the news a little bit recently, Max. You've had a couple shots that have either hit
Oh boy.
a patron or come close to hitting
Yes.
a patron. The one last week was so funny, where the dude just fell over as he
I
like
wish I
tried
could
to
have
step
seen
away
it from
from
the
it.
tee. That was a bummer. I saw it on Instagram after. I was like, oh man, I actually would have given a good laugh at that guy with that guy. He a lot of effort. I don't know what he was. I don't know what the plan was.
He was doing a great job.
He took a
was
nice
trying.
tumble.
He was trying to get out of the way, and he obviously is not as athletic as maybe he once was, and didn't realize the limitations of his body at his current age, and then just tumbled backwards onto the ground. But everybody had that guy's back. Everybody was like, "Great job as a volunteer. That's what you should be doing: getting out of the way, trying to track the ball."
I think people appreciate effort.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sometimes you fail, but effort is important. And that guy had all of that. He had no athleticism, unfortunately, for him. But I loved it. He got out of the way, then in the way, and then like rolled out of the way again. He did everything really fast. But I like how he just lay there and just looked up at the sky like,
Yeah,
damn, probably like just completely regretted ever volunteering for like those 2 seconds.
that's
Yeah.
the I know I'm on TV face that you make.
Yeah.
Yes,
Gosh,
exactly.
like right in that moment, he was thinking about what the next 2 days of his life were going to be like. People just sending him that video repeatedly. Yeah.
Yeah, and he doesn't have Instagram, so every time they send it in the Instagram link, he has to say, "I don't have an Instagram," and then he's gonna finally download it, read the comments, and be like, "Oh, none of these are nice. I thought
Yeah.
it would be nice and jolly and fun. I didn't know the internet was so fucking terrible."
It is a terrible place. I got a dumb question for you, Max. So there's rain in the forecast on Thursday. We're regular guys that just love whenever a plan gets canceled, period. I don't care if it's like a good thing, a
Yep.
bad thing. I have something I have to do and then you tell me I don't have to do it, I'm like, holy shit, that's awesome. I basically have free whatever time. Is that similar with the situation with the rain, or are you like, I want to go? Let's go.
That's actually a funny question.
Yeah, because it is the Masters, so I'd assume it's maybe not
Yeah.
like us, but like you could tell me I'm going on vacation and then be like, no, actually it got canceled. I'd be like, oh, awesome. Now
Oh,
I
thank
can
God. Yeah,
sit
don't
and
have to get on
watch
the plane.
nothing for 3 days. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. I would say typically I'd be pissed because I would like to just get going, but this week's a bit unique. I have some of my friends stay at my house this week, so it's actually kind of fun not to be at the golf course. Where typically we're usually just sitting in a hotel room, trying to, they don't baby-proof hotel rooms, as you know, Big Cat.
Yeah.
So you're just trying to have your kid not bump his head on something. So this week is a little different. Being home's not so bad. So I guess for this one, I won't care too much if we don't get going, but it is always, you get a little antsy as it gets close, but I don't think it's quite the same as when you have a flight and you're like, oh, thank God I don't have to get on it, even though you want to leave. But it's a bit similar. I mean, you kind of get itching and ready to go, and if it gets pushed all the way to Friday for us, that would suck. But I don't know. Maybe Tiger will want to come over and play like Chutes and Ladders or something. I feel like that would be a nice little adjustment. So I guess I could float that idea.
That'd be very fun. I also have a dumb question. Do you download the Masters app?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
It's like the best app ever.
It is.
For 1 week. It's our favorite thing.
Yeah, so even if you're playing in the tournament, you download the app, you can check in on people. Do you actually like watch the Masters as a fan while you're competing in it?
Yes, absolutely. I guess I kind of like, because on the PGA Tour app, it's similar. You star like your favorites or whatever, but the Masters app's just 1 week and there's less people. So I like going through and seeing who I'm going to star for the week.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, usually just me, but every once in a while I'll be like, oh, I'm curious what this guy's going to do this week. So I'll star him up. So I do enjoy going in and almost at the end of the week being like, what prompted me to star so-and-so? Like, why did I give a shit at any point in the tournament?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's fun. They do a good job. You can see all your shots too back, which is that's rare for us. So that's
Yeah.
cool. But yeah, it's just like a nice dirty thing. I like the golf nerdy shit.
How another dumb question. How tiring is Augusta? Because all I hear about is like we're watching on TV. Never been. We want to go some year, but like people talk about, the walking in the hills, it's a lot more steep than you realize. Is it actually like after 18 holes you're like, okay, that was different than a regular course?
I mean, that's definitely a golfer thing to say to make us feel better. But yeah, I mean, I don't know how the fuck Joe does it with the bag.
Yeah.
There's just a couple hills, 8 and 18. I already walk fucking weird. Watch how low my chest gets to the ground halfway up both those hills. I'll fucking drag an ass going up 8 and 18. It's steep as shit, man. Like it is. I wouldn't say you're like dead tired by any means, but it's definitely sneaks up on you.
Yeah. What's your favorite hole?
I feel like you're leading me to a joke here.
I'm not.
gonna go for it.
Nope.
I'll start first. Vagina. You
Damn,
go.
That means I gotta pick.
Yeah. I just took one of them.
Okay, I'll go second. Mouth. Okay, you're up, Max.
Fuck. Yeah, the 13th hole.
Okay.
Okay.
Good answer.
Yeah.
Good answer. Good answer.
God, you guys picked the two ones. I should have just spit it out earlier.
we got the clear 1-1 and 1-2.
Yeah, man. Such an obvious couple picks.
The 13th. Okay, so we got to watch you on the 13th.
13's sick. Yeah.
How has the gallery been? Has everyone been behaving themselves? I know Augusta's
This
different.
week's clean.
Yeah, this week's clean. But other tournaments, is
I had
everyone?
one yesterday. Oh, in general, no. I still had one yesterday. I couldn't believe he had the balls to do it at Augusta.
Okay.
It's getting a lot better.
Okay,
I'm
good.
pretty impressed. But then there's just some weeks these guys they go fucking nuts. But it's gotten better. I'm definitely hearing a lot more parverts,
Okay.
which I will accept for the time being. I still contend beyond my favorite thing that happens. I mean, it is every week or two. Someone will scream homosexual, which they yell it the whole time, whole day. Everybody's like, I'm a homosexual. And most of the time, a lot of the people around them get it. But God, it hit so hard last week. Some guy screamed it. And you could just tell there was like a group of 10, 15 guys that did not know what it was, like what they were getting at. And they lost their shit laughing so hard. They were just so confused. Like, what a weird place. Golf course, the 16th hole to come out.
Yeah.
It was fucking, and it makes me laugh so hard because I think my favorite part about people not understanding why I don't like being called a pervert in public is that they can't separate the internet from real life.
Yes.
Like not everyone gets that this is a joke, and I'm not going to explain it. And I am a real person, and so I like when people do shit from the internet in public and then almost get like embarrassed.
Right,
It's
yeah.
like, no, it's a joke, dude. And everyone's like, well, what do you mean? And they're like, no, it's from a podcast. This isn't part of my thing. Like, what the fuck is that? No, it's Big Cat and PFT. And they're like, what the fuck is a Big Cat and PFT? And I listen to it, and I'm just like, yeah, how dumb do you fucking
Yeah.
sound right
Yeah.
now?
Yeah, the funniest
So-
jokes are when you have to explain them like for
Yeah,
minutes and
right.
minutes. Yeah, yeah.
And homosexual, I love because you could piece it together. Like, it's a great, y'all came up with it. It's a great idea. But like the pervert one takes like 8 levels of explaining.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, yeah, dude, it doesn't sound good anymore, right?
Yeah.
I like the idea of a guy saying, like, standing up and be like, I am a homosexual. And then the whole
Yes.
crowd looking at him and, like, slowly breaking into applause. Like, congrats.
Yeah.
I'm so proud
I
of you.
had it at Tampa 2 years ago. Guy on the 10th tee, kid walks up, dad and his son were standing next to him. He goes, hey, Max, I'm a homosexual. And I like nodded, and the dad looked at him and just like gave him like a nod of approval, like, good for you, man. Like,
That's cool.
proud of you for being proud.
Yeah,
I was
you-
like, this is a heartwarming moment. He doesn't get that. He's telling a different story to his family when he gets home.
Yeah.
And I was just like, man, what a time to be alive.
Yeah.
It's pretty,
Well,
makes you laugh every time.
yeah, we'll reiterate. AWLs have to police each other. We're rooting
Yeah,
for
I
Max.
appreciate
We
them.
want Max to
We're
do
doing
well.
better.
So let's get him in a good spot. I know Augusta's different because it's just prim and proper, but like when you're back on the tour, everyone just do a good job. Matt, we we want Max
We're
to
getting
win,
there.
so then he'll win us money and Shohei.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, well,
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly.
Maybe just his translator.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's a weird wrinkle to the story that the bookie issued a $4.5 million line of credit to a guy that makes like $200,000 a year too.
Yeah.
He's good for
There's
it.
a lot of icky parts.
Yeah.
Maybe he was up a lot for a while. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was a handshake agreement. I don't
Yeah.
know what goes on over there.
So Max, what can we expect this weekend from you? What's your goal?
Goals to win. Our game does feel really good.
Yes.
Getting a little bit more comfortable. I'm excited. I don't know.
I feel
Just
like
something about majors gets you amped up, but I feel like I've done a good job of just enjoying my week and trying to be myself a bit more and have a bit more fun.
I love that. And I feel like you have come a long way from whatever it was 5-6 years ago when I was like, can you win it? So, and I know you can win it now. Like I just,
One of my
you're-
favorite questions. I got to ask myself that every week. So I'm gonna ask myself Thursday right before I walk to the tee and say, "Can you do this?" And then I'm just gonna answer it honestly, and I'm just very hopeful that answer is yes.
Yes.
I'll get to swinging.
you've been playing great golf the last couple of years. You're ready
Thank
to
you.
go. You're ready to go.
I know I think I know now that on a good week, if I can if things go the way they can go, I know I can win it, which I guess is different than maybe a few years ago where I didn't know if like my great golf was good enough. I know for a fact my great golf's good enough. It just needs to come out the right week. So let's just hope it's this week.
But that's got to feel awesome to be like, I know that like if I just play to the best of my abilities, I can do this.
Yeah,
like, that's
it's
a
nice.
huge difference.
It's a big difference. It's a little bit more calming knowing that like it doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be good. And I've done that enough times to know. I think it would be the pressure on Sunday that would be the most unique thing. But as far as the golf goes, like I think fortunately I've lived enough of this these golf like experiences to know like I can physically do what needs to be done. So it'll be fun to get to see to eventually have an opportunity to just see what that's like when you're kind of getting down to the nitty gritty.
Yeah.
I would love that, Max. We might cry. We might cry if you win.
Yeah.
I will cry with you guys.
Yeah. Well, you'll be.
I'll lead the charge.
Yeah. I mean, if you win, you'll be on with your green jacket on Sunday night.
Yeah,
so,
I will
which would be incredible.
I will be. I have not been drinking like at all, trying to get ready for this whole part of the season, and I am really looking for an excuse to get white girl wasted.
Yes.
I'm ready for it. Sunday would be a great time.
I'll cry and I'll get white girl wasted with you.
Yes.
Solidarity.
Okay,
Yeah, what if we just did a
deal.
drunk podcast?
Yeah, we're just hammered because Max won.
Yeah, Max won. All right, Max, I got one last question. Rhoback question, rhoback.com, promo code TAKE, 20% off your first purchase. Q-zips, polos, hoodies, joggers, shorts, rhoback.com, promo code TAKE. Thank you for doing this. I know that you got a busy schedule, and we appreciate your time very, very much. Also, my last question is not a question. It's just I wanted to apologize to you in face-to-face, even though we've texted. I lashed out. I was a bitch. I actually, honestly, the whole Wisconsin JMU thing, I've been in like a mental funk for like a month or 3 weeks because I hate how I was. And like I've beaten myself
Dude, don't worry
up.
about it.
I haven't even read, like, I'm sure there's people online who've said really mean ththings, and I've done a good job of avoiding that. But know that I've hated myself more than anyone in the world the last 3 weeks. So,
Dude, no, it's good. I've been a bigger bitch than that. So, I mean,
yeah, we
we've
all have
been
moments. Yeah, we all have
We've all
moments.
been there.
Yeah. But
the only part of the podcast I didn't like when you lashed out was that you said my joke wasn't very good because I thought
it was good. You know
put
what?
some thought into it.
You know
I was
what?
Like, I'm gonna text PFT and Big Cat and do this thing, and then I was glad Hank pointed out. He's like, "You do this."
Yeah,
all the
no, he
time."
was right. I was an idiot.
That was the point.
I can read it here. This is during the game. Was it at halftime?
No, it was whenever.
It was halftime.
I mean, the whole game
at
was
halftime.
terrible.
At halftime, hey, just wanted to let you know I'm watching the game and I'm rooting for your team. I know he'll be mad, but that makes it even better. And then he followed up with, "Oh shoot, I didn't mean to send this to both of you guys."
Yeah, and there was only one person who could be mad in the moment because Wisconsin played terrible. And the other thing is that I didn't explain well was it wasn't you. It was two people who, from my private life, who texted me that I was very upset about that I didn't want to say their names, but that was
I also
what
didn't realize
sent me.
Russillo was like trying to.
Russillo sent me a fun. Russillo actually, I didn't realialize
He was a great guy that night.
Russillo
Great
sent
dude to
me
have.
I didn't know you could send like a FaceTime
a message.
a
Yeah.
FaceTime message, and I
Yeah.
didn't see it for a week. And then I pulled it up,
Oh,
and
God,
I
that's
deleted it
way
right away. He was just like smiling, and it was the end of the game, and he's like, "Hey, buddy," and I just deleted it right away. I was like,
Yeah,
"I'm
that's
still not
fucked
ready."
up.
Him
That's
and his
fuck-
fucking
that-
Cardinals
that's
hat.
tough.
He probably turned off the game at halftime anyway.
No, he was watching with
He
me.
told. I was talking to him the other day, and he was telling me about the game, and he said he was basically your personal security guard, PFT, because he thought you were going to fight every Wisconsin fan in the building.
Yeah, they didn't want any of this though.
But they're all talk, just a bunch of yapping dogs. They're not going to fight a big old pit bull like you. PFT.
That's also very funny of Russillo to be like, I stepped up for it. That's Russillo's dream. He's like Mark Wahlberg
Yeah,
in
it
that
is.
moment, being like,
Also-
I'll fucking, it would have been different if I were there.
Also, Max, you can Batgirl. You can correct me if I'm wrong. Russillo didn't step up to anything.
Yeah, no, but he
I
in his head.
I backed the guy down.
Yeah, in his head.
Yeah, no, that was
Russillo's
Yeah.
it was essentially
Go
you.
ahead, sorry
It was
about
essentially you. But I mean, there was the initial interaction, and then it was funny just hearing Russillo be like, "Hey, like I know this is like probably a little tough for you to hear, but like he is a big deal. Like this is a thing."
Also, I had Batgirl and Russillo with me. Like that's such
you're
a beefy
good.
security team.
But
No one's fucking.
you're
That's
good.
literally Russillo
Yeah.
goes to bed at night and he's like, I really wish that someone would step to one of my friends so that all these squats I'm doing in my garage by myself are worth it. Like that's his
I've
dream.
got this running joke, but like a real thing. Like when and it has nothing to do with like being like a golfer and not wanting to have to talk to somebody who might know me. It's more like when I'm in an Uber or I meet a stranger at times and they say, and you're in like close quarters, and they ask you what you do. My running joke's been that I'm a real estate agent because my wife is, so I know a lot about it because I just don't want to talk about golf. I imagine that Russillo's answer to that, if he does this, is a bouncer because he wants people to think he's
Yeah.
a bouncer. Like
Yeah.
that's like his, like that's like he has one of the coolest jobs in the world. But I almost guarantee you, he'd be like, I wish it mattered how strong I was. It was like my job. Like I wish I could talk about this more.
Yeah.
Yeah, that it absolutely is what he answers.
Or just like something
Yeah.
that everybody would hate so that they try to pick a fight with him.
Yeah,
Oh, that's actually a really good idea.
yeah,
Yeah, I beat up dogs for a living.
yeah.
I'm a Duke fan.
All right, well, Max, best of luck. We're rooting for you. Have fun with Brooks tomorrow. We had him on too. The only 2 bets
Hell
I
yeah.
made. I'm riding with my boys. So let's go get a
Hell
green
yeah.
jacket.
That's good odds. Like I said, we're gonna get the Big Cats bet vibes rolling tomorrow.
Yes.
Start the
Yeah.
event off right. Yeah, get this thing going. But thank you guys for having me on. What a tradition. I love this.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Max.
Go kill it.
All right. Thank you, boys.
Good luck.
Love you, PFT.
Love you too.
What about me?
Root for you.
Hey, love you too, Big Cat.
All right, thank
Hey,
you. Love you
even
too.
even bad girl.
Yeah, even back
Yeah.
and
Sometimes I
Hank,
love you
and
too.
Hank, and Hank.
Hank, I love you extra.
Oh, okay,
I'll
nice,
play some Call
nice.
of Duty because I fucking still suck.
All right, see you, Max.
See you, Max. Good
See
luck,
you
man.
guys.
Okay, we now welcome on our good friend, one-time Blake of the Year.
I think so.
Did you win Blake of the Year?
I've got the goose egg.
Oh
toast.
no!
Well, we're
shit.
doing the green jacket this year, then later the Masters.
Yeah, yeah.
We're going to do the real Masters,
Yeah,
which is Blake of the Year.
yeah. So it is Brooks Koepka,
Yeah.
our guy from Smash FC. No, Smash
GC.
GC. Brooks, thank you for joining us. It is Masters Week. Let's just start here. How you feeling? How is the game feeling? How's the mentals feeling? And just so you know, we also are going to make sure that Hank does not jinx you this year.
Yeah, I think that's the big thing. I need Hank to lay off. Feel good, man. Feel really good. Really happy where I'm at, and excited for a good week. It'll be a lot of fun. Need a little redemption.
Yeah. So compare it to this week last year, because I think a lot of people didn't really understand that Brooks was back last year at this time. You were telling people like you feel good, game's in a good place. Now people know that Brooks is back. Are you feeling better than you did last year? Best shape of your life?
Maybe not best shape of my life, but yeah, I mean, I'm getting old, man. Dad bod, it's in right now.
Wait,
But yeah, I feel good.
what was the best shape of your life?
Probably when I did that body shoot for
Oh.
ESPN or whatever. When
Yeah.
I lost like 30 pounds, that sucked. But yeah,
That
Yeah.
was the best shape of your life.
So
I
you're
can't
not
get back to.
you're not imposing nude shape, but you're imposing in.
Yeah.
Would you do a nude body shoot only wearing the green jacket?
Oh, absolutely.
that would rock.
Absolutely.
Uh,
If that happens, yeah, there'll be Jenna will be.
Yeah, I saw a picture, by the way, of all the live guys. Sergio tweeted, "We're coming for that green jacket." When he says "we," is it you? Is it where are you guys playing as a team? Does he know that it's not a team Masters?
I feel like he should know that it's not a team event right now. Yeah, I would like to win it. I'll throw my name into the ring there.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I want you to win it too, not just because I bet on you, but because you're our friend, and also you'd come on after and show us the green jacket, and that would fucking rock.
Yeah, but if you win, you have to give partial credit to Sergio though, because that's a we win
Oof.
for the league.
I'll give the we to PMT.
Oh,
Okay, yeah,
That's the we.
yes.
When I win, it's we win.
Yes.
Us.
I like
yes,
that.
I like that. So Brooks, I saw you had a piece in golf.com maybe yesterday. And it was 10 lessons that Brooks Koepka taught me in 32 minutes. One of the lessons so you did 10 lessons. The first one is don't think about anything, which I love. But then lesson what was it?
It was like 7.
Lesson 8 was don't think about consequences. And lesson 4 was, again, don't think about anything. So 3 of your 10 lessons were just don't think.
That's honestly, fellas, that's the best way to be.
I just kept on scrolling, and I was like, wait, we're not. Oh, just a reminder. But don't you think that if you're telling everyone to not think about anything, now they're thinking about not thinking about anything?
Which is perfect. That's right where I want them.
Okay. All right.
But when you step up to
Right.
the golf ball, like I understand what you're saying.
It's a spin zone.
Yeah.
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 When you step up to the ball, I get what you're saying because you go on to tell the guy like you want to react, and in golf, there's no reaction usually. You have to you set up and you do a lot of thinking, and most people think when they're hitting a golf shot, but you want to make it so you react, so you completely like shut your mind off and act like when you open your eyes, this is just, oh, there's a ball, I got to hit it now.
Yeah, well, usually you're standing behind guys that are playing really slow, so it's like 5.5 hours. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get a lot of time to think. So if you don't think for that 5.5 hours, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
I like the other lesson that you had on there, which is that you only warm up with your odd clubs. Is that only you? Like you only warm up with 9 irons, 7 irons, 5 irons, 3 irons?
Yeah, I think it might. I don't know. I guess I don't know. I've always done it that way. I don't know. I never really look at anybody else what they're doing on the range, but
Yeah.
I would say probably guys do the same thing, or maybe not the odd clubs. They might go even. You know,
Yeah.
Rory's probably even. You know, but 4 it's even. You know, 5 is odd. So yeah.
So you only warm up with your odd clubs and you wear them out way faster than your even clubs?
Yeah. Like I barely ever hit my 6 iron unless it's on the golf course.
And so when you step up to hit a 6 iron on the course, that's not, you never think about that. Like, because me personally, I know if I just warm up and I hit a 7 iron well when I'm practicing, I get up there and it's an 8 iron shot. I'm like, God damn it, my 8 iron wasn't good, but my 7 was earlier. You just don't have that problem. You're just like, oh, I guess I'm hitting the 6.
Yeah. Now when I think back to Chicago when we played, I probably should change that all up going in this week.
Oh, I don't want you to change any. I want you to just go in, not think about anything. So this is your ninth Masters. You finished second twice. You finished top 30 every single time that you didn't get cut. So you've been right there. Is there anything you're changing about the Masters, like going this week, or you're like, is there anything that you're like, I'm going to do this differently to get me over the hump?
No, not going to do anything. Still going to stick with the odd clubs in the warm up. Yeah, nothing. I got nothing for you, fellas.
Okay.
Do you have,
I mean, that's actually
I just
good.
don't want to think about anything, so I'm just going to do whatever I do.
Yeah, right. That's smart.
do you have a strategy for what number you want your caddy to get?
Good question.
I did last year. It was the last year I waited. I actually waited for one person so I could get 69. So when I get there on Monday morning, I'll is there any what number you guys want? I can't get the loan ones. I'm sure guys are there Saturday and stuff, but
Yeah.
what number are we going for?
I mean,
100?
69 would be funny.
What about 99?
99 looks badass.
I don't know if there's only they get the guys that play. So I don't know how many guys. I'm assuming it usually goes up to like 90.
What's Jake? What lotto
Can we
ball
draw
is
a
hitting
lottery
most?
ball to figure this out?
Yes, great call.
Okay, we'll do. I tell you what, Brooks, we'll do 100 lotto balls, and we'll take the one that comes up the most. Okay, so stand by.
I'm hoping it's above 45 to make this realistic.
Yeah, we'll just draw till you get above 45, and that'll be your number.
Perfect.
Okay, it's spinning. 44 was the first one, so we'll go again.
What is it?
Oh, it's 44.
Underneath 44 is 52. You want to go 52?
No,
52. It might be close because I can get there Monday morning early.
We'll do another one because that one was not selected. I want this to be legit.
44 again. 44 again. I think you got to get 44.
You didn't drop it.
Big Cat's
So
out of
yeah,
practice
it's telling
right
me
now.
something.
That would've been
44 's
crazy.
opening. Okay.
No, Big Cat
If I
forgot
get there
to
in
clear it.
44.
He forgot to clear it, so we're gonna do another one. Okay, it's cleared now.
We're just putting you right back into Blake of the Year, the worst Blake of the Year ever. We're just going to be right
We're
here.
not there yet.
72. 72, that's the number. 72.
72. Okay. 72. That's what we're shooting for. I won't register till I get the 72 number.
But not what you're shooting for in the tournament.
No.
Okay, all right.
That's where I'm trying to register. 72.
Right.
I got it.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that's
So
correct.
Rick will have that 72 patch right in his chest.
Yes.
Okay, I love that.
He'd be riding for us.
Yes, 70. If you win with 72, I mean, we have to put you in the Part of My Take Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Which I don't think there's anybody in that right.
Well, we'll have to pay Rick, and we'll just
Fellas, 1-on-1.
Yeah, we'll pay him for the number, and we'll just put it up here and be like, this is the one that Brooks won the Masters in.
Yeah,
that's
I'm in.
beautiful.
Brooks, I saw yesterday that Anthony Kim just found out that you were a major champion because he was off the grid for so long, not paying attention to golf. Did he come up to you and was he like, holy shit, dude, congratulations. That's awesome.
AK's the man, dude. He's I didn't get to know him because he left right as I was kind of coming up, but he's a good dude. He's funny, the nicest guy ever.
Yeah, I mean, it's a crazy story that he's back. It's awesome. We're all rooting for him. I have two semi-personal questions for you, Brooks. One, How did you end up on the blackjack table Super Bowl week?
I mean, I was out there Super Bowl week, so I mean, I felt like it was pretty obvious I was going to be somewhere at the table.
Yeah, I mean, we were playing together, but did you end up okay? Okay, that's a no. That's fair.
I've had better trips.
I know that answer. That's all you had to say. 2, did you watch Feet the Streets Arch Madness with Jerry, and did Jenna maybe watch and be like, I could probably have won this?
I did not. I feel like I should have. So I'm probably gonna have to reach out to Jerry now.
Yeah.
And apologize for that.
Yeah.
Actually, Jenna should be apologizing. It's not me. She was telling me she was gonna send feet pics. So that's we'll talk to Jenna about that.
Yeah. I competed in it. I did my nails up. Jerry thought I was a woman for about 20 minutes. And I saw the competition. I think Jenna could have taken it home. I think she could have won.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. Next year's the year.
Yeah, because I feel like
next year is the year.
If you
it's gonna have to happen.
Yeah, if you win the green jacket, and it's like, what else could this family have? Oh, Arch Madness. Like those are kind of hand in hand of like illustrious awards someone can win.
The 5th major, many say.
Yeah, you guys would be like the #1 family in golf and feet.
If he makes a trophy for it, and if she wins it, there's a big trophy case in my house, like all the majors. We'll put it right in the trophy case.
It's a giant foot. Yeah.
Yes. Also,
just a giant foot. Just sitting there.
Yeah.
Right in the middle too. I swear.
Yeah. And just so we're clear, just because I want to back up Jerry here, he just wants to make everyone know that like it's not sexual. He's just judging feet. It's not sexual.
Yeah. No, I mean it's black and white. It's pretty.
Yeah, it's just feet.
He's like an artist that makes statues. He just appreciates the human form. It's beautiful.
All right, so what else? Like, are you doing anything different Augusta week? Like your chef's gonna be there. What are we doing? Meals? We got to I want to get so focused. I already bet on you. 20-1 is an absolute slap in the face to a guy of your stature.
I feel like those are good odds.
Yeah,
is that what the odds are at right now? Or when did you place this bet?
Yeah, I did it 2 days ago, 20-1. I mean, it's just like it's crazy. Okay. They have no respect for you.
No, none. I love it though. I love it because then it just makes everybody else. The odds go high. It's perfect. Nobody's betting on me. Everybody else can make some money off me. It's perfect.
Yeah,
it's a great situation.
So do you actually like get fuel off being an underdog when people are doubting you?
No, I just think listen, whoever's going to be placing the bet, they're going to win a hell of a lot more money. So good for them. Okay. I'm sure my boys are going to be. That's too. So I'm like, all right, great.
Yeah. No, it'd be very lucrative for this podcast if you won. So I would appreciate if you did that.
Yeah, we might be able to buy the A's.
Again, yeah, Hank is not allowed to design merchandise. He's not allowed to even think about shirts.
No jinx.
Hank should not be allowed to watch the Masters.
I won't say words,
Hank,
but I'll be
rooting
for you.
About it.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't think about anything.
That's easy for me.
Rule number 1. Did you not read the thing?
Yeah, and rule number 4. And also a little bit of rule 8.
Yeah.
Brooks, I don't know if you saw this clip, but our good friends over at Spit and Chicklets, they interviewed JT, and they were talking about the Masters. And Paul Bissonnette came up with a theory that Augusta has kidnapped all the squirrels there, or killed all the squirrels in Augusta. Have you seen a squirrel in Augusta?
I don't know. I know they got like speakers in the trees. So like that's where you never see birds, but you see, or you can hear the bird chirps. But like sometimes when you get to like 12 and 13, you can look up and you can see the speakers.
Yeah. So
they're like hidden from the fans, but we can see them.
I've been thinking about that. I've been saying they pipe in crowd noise like it's Seattle's field, except it's at Amen Corner. They've got speakers up there. I'm gonna be on the lookout for that. But if you do see a squirrel, please let us know because our sharpest mind here at Barstool, Paul Bissonnette, is hard at work cracking that mystery.
I will. If I see a squirrel, I will be very quick to point it out and let Biz know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
How is my last question, Roback question, RHOBACK.com, promo code TAKE, 20% off your first purchase, Q-zips, polos, hoodies, joggers, shorts, everything, Roback.com. I'm wearing the joggers right now. How are the vibes? That was a good ad read, right?
That's great.
Yeah. Just black out and don't think about anything. How are the vibes? It feels like this Masters will be a little bit less contentious in terms of like the LIV and the PGA guys. You guys are all good now, right? Like you're not gonna have to deal with people side-eyeing you and everything.
No, I don't think anybody would be side-eyeing. I just think, hopefully the PGA guys don't get into a beer chugging contest with the LIV guys. I think we would definitely.
You guys would crush that. You guys would kill that.
That was pitiful.
Yeah.
Like, how many boys saw that? Yeah.
Yeah. No.
But yeah, I think we would definitely Yeah. No, it's all good right now. Everybody's. I mean, it's fine. Like I said, I think we're in a year and a half of this, so nobody knows what the hell is going on. So might as well just enjoy the ride.
Yeah, I think in a way it could end up being good for golf, where it's kind of like, WCW, WWE. You got two rival factions. They'll be reunited at some point. Have you heard anything about like what that would look like when the merger goes through?
I have no idea. I don't know if it's going to go through. If it's not, if it is going to go through, it's just. I mean, I know that they're meeting, they're having talks, but I mean, I'm so far removed from that, and I think the PGA. I don't know. It seems like the PGA guys get a little more info than we do, but at the same time, I haven't really heard much of it like progressing or going to anything, even from the PGA guys that I talked to.
It's a don't think about anything.
Don't think about it.
Don't think about anything.
If
That's
you
the key to life. Yeah.
If you do think about one thing, if you just like put something in their ear of the PGA Tour, just be like, hey, let us wear shorts.
Yeah.
See? I mean, it's awesome wearing shorts. I'm not going to lie. I love it out here.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Shorts are back. All right. Well, Brooks, best of luck. We're rooting for you. Let's just go win a green jacket this week.
I know. I think, it's the goal. 72 right there, fellas.
Not what you're going to
green
shoot.
jacket.
Not what you're going to shoot. Not what you're going to shoot.
Very
72.
clear. We made that clear.
Yes.
All right, Brooks.
All right, Brooks. Go not think about anything and let's win a Masters.
Easy done, fellas.
Brooks Koepka was brought to you by Visible. Who is the MVP of the tournament? Well, you can comment and let us know who you think it was to win a signed Visible jersey. If you haven't heard of Visible, now you do. They're the wireless carrier that's making wireless visible. It's in the name. Switch to Visible, the wireless company that makes wireless visible. Get a one-line plan with unlimited 5G data powered by Verizon, just $25 a month, taxes and fees included. One-line wireless, just $25 a month, taxes and fees included. Visible is the wireless company that makes wireless visible. No hidden fees, no really. Save on wireless with unlimited 5G data powered by Verizon. In times of traffic, your data may be temporarily slower than other traffic. 5G access required a 5G-capable device in a 5G coverage area. Monthly rate on the Visible plan. Terms apply. See Visible.com. Switch to Visible.com.
Okay, we're going to finish the show with some guys on golf, and we have our good friends, Riggs and Trent, in studio.
Yeah.
They were at Augusta 24 hours ago. They're here for the Barstool Mini Golf Open, which is teeing off at 8:30 in the morning Central Time. As you're listening to this, it has already started. Boys, let's start here. How was your 24 hours in Augusta?
Yeah, haven't washed our hands or anything because we were just rubbing it against the dirt and the grass in Augusta.
Like grass stains on your shirts.
I'm doing
sleeping
with the shoes on.
I'm doing the Masters thing where I'm wearing the gear that I bought, so everyone knows that I went, and I'm bragging about it because I went.
I have a question about that, and I don't. I one day really want to go to Augusta. It looks incredible. Like all of it just is. It's my favorite. One of my favorite weekends to sit on the couch and watch the tournament. What has happened in Augusta that has brainwashed people to the point where I saw Marty Smith he posted a picture of the Eclipse glasses that looked like they were maybe 70 cents, and they had the Augusta logo on it. And he said, "These are the coolest Eclipse glasses ever."
Not kidding. Yesterday,
He's right.
when we went in and they handed those to us, we all looked at each other and said, "This is the most important thing I've ever."
So I just have to be there. I have to. That's all right. That's a fair answer.
Well, also
because all the other stuff I'm down with, like the merch, the menu, I love all of that stuff. But when we get to like Eclipse glasses, I was like, all right.
Have you seen any other Eclipse glasses though? Those are the coolest Eclipse glasses.
I don't know. The
Like,
ones Frank was wearing was pretty sick.
I didn't see those, but for the ones that I've seen, I would agree with Marty Smith.
Yeah.
Dude, it was also the idea that you were potentially going to be inside of Augusta National during an eclipse.
Yeah.
Like, that feels like fake life shit. So
True.
Yeah.
I think that was a big part of the appeal.
Yeah, that was a huge part of it. I think that what is it every 20-something years? Or
There was
40
one
years
7 years ago.
They do the Masters every year, Riggs.
Yeah.
I think the next
Thank God. I hope that except World
Little
War II, they didn't do it for 3 years.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
yeah.
I had a friend that went there I think 4 years ago. JP Finley from DC does like DC Sports Radio there, and he hit me up. He's like, "Do you want any merch while I'm down here? I can ship some to you." I didn't realize what a big deal it was to get something shipped out of Augusta. And I asked him for a pimento cheese sandwich. So he got a pimento cheese, put it in the mail. A little pro tip for everybody: don't try to do that. It does not arrive fresh.
No way.
Yeah.
You want to
No
eat
chance.
the mayonnaise and the cheese the day that they slice it.
But what you guys are saying is it is just as special as it is. So if you get the Eclipse glasses, just They are the best Eclipse.
Yeah,
course.
guys like us are like somebody sees that. Like you were at Augusta National during that Eclipse. Like people go to Austin, Texas, or wherever to watch it. We were at Augusta National. The efficiency in there is insane.
Yeah.
With all of the concessions and all that. And you realize, like we were having a funny conversation being like, it's crazy that everywhere doesn't just copy this. You're like, oh, well, everywhere doesn't have unlimited money.
Yeah.
And billionaires that run the whole thing.
Yeah.
You will be stunned when you go, though, for the first time. The concessions are unlike any other sports concession where it's a walkthrough. It's not a walk up and stop and then turn around and go back. You just keep moving the whole time, and you're grabbing.
Like an Aldi? You've
What's
been to
that?
an Aldi? It's like the really cheap grocery store.
Oh,
where
I
it's
have
like
been
a
to those.
maze, so you can't go back. You just keep going forward.
That's exactly what it is.
okay.
Right? People are grabbing.
Augusta and Aldi's. Augusta will probably kill me for saying.
I think
They
IKEA
probably
is
will.
the same way too, right? You just follow the path till the end.
right. You just keep going.
I think that's right.
But it's that special.
It's very they just figured it out because so many people go there with the concessions and the merch that you can't have a line take 3 hours.
Right.
You cannot have that. So when I was in the merch line yesterday, I looked at it and I said that's going to take 3 hours. They have people standing over the sign. This is going to take 18 minutes.
Whoa.
It's not going to feel like that when you're looking at it, but it's going to take 18 minutes. Takes 18 minutes.
It takes 18 minutes. So are you guys at the point now, because Foreplay, you guys have had so much success. You guys are crushing it. By the way, we have a Stella Blue Foreplay collab coming out very soon.
Very excited
Cold
for that.
brew flavors, which are going to be really good.
Do people know the flavor yet? We're holding it.
I think we're holding it.
Okay, we'll
Are
hold
we-
it.
Yeah, we're holding it.
Oh,
We're
tease.
holding it.
Okay.
It looks awesome. We're gonna do a golf video. I've actually been thinking about maybe doing a
Transfusion coffee.
Well, I was gonna drink a pint of cold brew for every hole, and then Hank looked at me like I was insane. He's probably right. I trust Hank.
I think your heart would explode. No?
Yeah, I trust Hank in these situations, but we'll figure it out. But are you guys at the point now where are you getting any extra? Like, is Augusta like being like, oh, they're the Foreplay guys, or that just will never happen?
Nope.
No. Okay.
In fact, Augusta.
Nope. Not even a little bit.
Nope. No,
Okay.
we don't. Like Dan obviously is more of our golf writer, our Big J. I know he's been on PMT and he's had his credential. And we were a little worried, like he went from Golf Digest and Legacy Media to Barstool Sports. Like, you still have a credential at the Masters? Got it. But now they almost treat us like we have to walk more on eggshells. They're like, one of you guys has a credential.
Oh, they got
They
you.
have leverage.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got a little leverage on us.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's
that's-
like, we got to be careful.
How close are we to playing at Augusta?
Not even close.
They'll never let you get
I
around.
think we're farther.
Dude,
because-
Perfect did it.
Yeah.
I know.
Dude, but, all right, so we had this conversation on our show too. We were like, all right, they're maybe opening the door to alternative types of media. And then we went on their YouTube channel, Dude Perfect. They have 40 million YouTube subscribers. We have like 440,000.
Oh, yeah, they're-
It's not even like a same bracket at all.
I was upset when they opened the door to the DP guys because they went out, they defiled Augusta. They brought like tennis rackets out there. And they were playing weird sports on the hallowed grounds of Augusta National. I didn't like it. I thought that was bad for Masters.
Yeah, we kind of like started, all of us, our whole brand being like making fun of Old Man Yell at Cloud, but we're such Augusta golf guys that we were like, you can't allow that at Augusta National. I don't even know if we would want them to allow us to film our type of stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I would prefer that they don't give us anything. Like that's sort of their appeal. Like the more there's been stories of members, like if you really want to be a member at Augusta National, they won't give it to you.
Right.
If you're too thirsty for an Augusta National membership, they're like, I'm not giving it to that person.
Right.
So I think them keeping the door closed, the Dude Perfect thing did make me a little bit mad because of that. But I mean, I would prefer that they're just like,
So
no,
you're
no,
saying
you guys can't come in.
You're saying we're playing it cool. We're like, yeah, we're not even really that worried about ever playing there.
Yeah, because it feels
whatever,
that's the secret society, man. It's like you can't play on that golf course.
We act like we don't even want to play there. Maybe we'll get to play there.
I think it does turn you into a dad immediately when you go there. You could be like a young, like a rapscallion. You can be like a rebel, and you set foot on there, and you're like, I'm going to behave myself perfectly today. I'm going to make sure that I'm wearing a freshly pressed shirt. I'm going to start narking on the other people next to me that might be yelling inappropriate things.
Yep.
Like it matures you just being at Augusta.
The no phone thing changes everybody.
That I'm actually excited for the first time I go.
Dude,
It's
so
the best.
The first 30 minutes you're going through withdrawals, you're tapping your pocket, you're trying to check your phone, and then you're free.
Yeah.
You're free.
Yeah.
It was so freeing that yesterday I made a crazy claim that I'm considering going phoneless as a person.
Yeah, that's the dumbest thing you ever said.
Yeah.
It is.
But that's what it does to you.
Yeah.
Big cat.
That's like me saying I'm going to do a diet.
Right. That's what I was
no
telling them.
different.
I was like, your whole
It's like
life.
Hank saying he's going to dunk.
That's right, that one. And
Yeah.
it's like that's our whole get rid of your
one,
phone, that's
I'm
our
going
whole
to.
lives.
Yeah.
But it's nice even just asking people for the time. People with watches in Augusta National are a big deal.
So
Yeah.
are there any other pro tips? Because that sounds like one that people wouldn't think about before they go there. Like wear a watch so you know what time it is. Any other pro tips for like your first time going to Augusta?
I would say one of the biggest ones is you truly have to commit. if you know someone else that's going, of meeting somewhere at a certain time. Because you just, oh, we're all going. Next week's going to be great. You get out there, you're like, I have absolutely no way to communicate with this human.
Yeah.
So it's jarring. You cannot communicate. And if you lose somebody, it's over.
It's like you're in a Seinfeld episode.
Dude, you go back in time.
If you go into the restroom together with someone and like they go to this and then afterwards you didn't agree on where, you legit might not find them for the rest of the day.
Yeah. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's very cool.
It's like, like I mean, PFT and I date ourselves a lot. You guys are a little older as well, but like the idea of like going to like a bowling alley as a kid and my mom giving me like a dime or a quarter and being like, just call. You want to get picked up in the payphone.
So we
I
also
really dated myself.
They have not paid. They just have phones, old school, where you can. And we were like, oh yeah, we should call somebody, and we don't know any phone numbers.
Yeah, right. You don't
I don't have anybody.
911. That's the only number I'm going to call. Nobody else.
Yeah, it's a little tough.
They should do just like text phones where you can text somebody at a payphone that you know they're going to be next to.
Beepers.
Beeper. Yeah. I just invented beepers.
Just invented beepers. All right, last question before we get to Hank's questions. Everyone give a pick. Give us a pick. Are you guys worried about Scotty and the baby?
Honestly, Scotty, I'm worried about Scotty ruining the tournament because he's
so good,
so much better than everyone else.
But are you worried about the baby? Because he said that he would leave the grounds if his wife goes into labor. Now, it's their first child, and I think the due date's not till the end of the month, so it should be okay. But would that not be the craziest thing ever if he's like killing everyone?
Oh, I was going to ask you guys, what would you like with your kid? If it's your first
If
kid,
I was winning the Masters, I would not leave.
you wouldn't leave.
If I was winning the Masters,
Yeah.
I would not leave.
I agree with you.
First kid.
I would if I
First
was
kid.
winning the Masters. If I was winning the Masters, I would not leave.
In contention.
I would say
In contention, maybe I would leave because then I could always be like, I would have won.
The kid will be there tomorrow.
But if I was up,
if I'm
I
in
had
the
to
last
leave.
group of the Masters, I'm not leaving. I'll name my kid Augusta.
Yeah.
How about that? Like,
Yeah.
you're always going to remember that kid. The kid will understand too once he grows up. The kid, they'll be like, "Good call, Dad."
Yeah.
I like the storyline just because it's something to follow. It's like, is it gonna? Because if it happens, like the footage of Scotty Scheffler running off the golf course would be incredible.
Yeah, and then it's Scotty, and then who's the other?
Sam
one?
Burns, his
Sam
boy.
Burns. He won. He actually, I think his wife is like a week away.
Yeah, she's a lot closer.
Yeah, that is a lot more nerve wracking because I think Scotty would be fine.
I also think there's a funny dynamic of the two of them are best friends, but Scotty's #1 player in the world has won the Masters before. If you're Sam Burns and you've never won the Masters, never won a major championship,
Right.
and then he's sort of in this spot where he's like, Scotty said he was going to go, and you're like, well, I haven't won the Masters.
Yeah, Scotty
Like,
kind of
I
screwed him on that.
he's like,
Because his baby's also not due for a lot longer, and
got
it's the
time.
first, which usually the due date's about right with the first.
I think that's the math, though. If you have more green jackets or equal amount of green jackets as you have children, then you stay to try to get another. So if you've won it twice and you're about to have your third kid, then you stay and you try to win on
Yeah.
Sunday. If it's the other way around, then you have to go. If it's your first kid, you've got 2 green jackets, you got to go.
I would leave if I was like 15th. I would be like, all right, I'm leaving, and then I can just tell everyone I would have won.
How are they going to let him know? How are they going to call him?
Someone they have
They've
a
got
bad
like
phone.
telepathy out
Yeah, they have
there.
a
It's
bad phone.
beepers. Remember, we invented beepers.
Yeah, it's
It will
true.
Beep,
Yeah.
call this number.
All right, so wait, who's your pick to win?
My long shot pick is Jason Day.
Okay.
He's plus, I think he's 6,000, 60 to 1.
Remember that time he collapsed?
Yep.
yeah.
That was pretty funny.
Vertigo.
He's vertigo.
He's a
You
big
can
vertigo
You
guy.
can laugh about vertigo.
Yeah, I think that
Absolutely.
was Chambers
Yeah.
Bay.
Yeah.
And then he contended at the Masters a handful of years ago, and he had like a broken back the whole time. I like Jason Day.
Okay, Trent.
I'm taking Brooks.
Okay.
All right.
20 to 1. I already took it.
Big game hunter. He really wants this one too.
And he's very cocky right now.
By the way, we should
Love
update.
that.
We
Yeah,
should
right
update
now, you mean?
everyone. Yeah, he is very cocky. So everyone just listened to Brooks. We had him on, and he was like, "I'll pick the." We did the lottery ball, and he's like, "Whatever number comes up, I'll just pick that for my caddy." So 72 came up, and in classic Brooks fashion, he texted me and he said that he like zoned out and Cam Smith jumped in front of him, so he got number 73, which is perfect, Brooks.
it is perfect.
It's perfect, Brooks.
Yeah,
no,
He's like, I literally just I was just like staring out the window, and then he jumped right in front of me, and so I got 73.
He's locked in. I've seen this Brooks before where he's just in fuck it mode and he's not thinking about anything. That's rule number 1,
4, and 8. I don't know if you guys saw.
Of
He
his
did
top
it.
10.
Golf Digest 10 rules, and 3 out of 10 of them were don't think.
Smart.
There's just different versions of don't think.
But yeah, he's like talking shit. He's taking little shots at people. He was having some Lucy out there on the range today.
And
he
it's-
is very cocky.
Dude, and he's healthy. Him being healthy, he can win any tournament in the world, and he loves the majors, obviously. So I feel very good about
his
that.
presser today too. If someone asked a question that he thought was a dumb question, he basically just said that's a dumb.
Yeah, well, that guy asking, "Is this a 50? Can you shoot 59 here?"
That guy was asking everybody that.
It's
He
so crazy.
Laughed
Brooks
at
was
him and
just-
said, "Have you played the course?"
Yeah, he's like, "No, okay, dude, shut up." All right, guys on golf. We got some questions from the listeners.
Yes, we do.
Hank.
Hey, fellas. Huge fan of the podcast. I'm 24, and now that I'm working 9 to 5 and me and all my boys are washed up, we've taken up golf. I'm in the top tier vibes-wise guy on the course, but bottom tier in actual skill and play of my golfing friends.
Okay.
Which do you recommend for getting better at golf? Hitting a simulator for a couple hours and playing a virtual course, or going to the range and hitting a bucket of balls?
Ooh.
I don't think I've gotten better at golf since we started all of this.
I love your series against the haters, though.
That's
Yeah.
a great.
That's fucking awesome.
Great idea.
Thank you. I
Great
appreciate
idea.
that. The problem is nobody actually wants to play.
Of course, because they're
So
cowards.
It's infuriating.
Yeah.
Because you go through, we were like, oh, yeah, any of the videos I post, we'll just go through, look at all the comments. They're all insanely negative, and just message us. People will be like, hey, like, we'd love to have a match, and none of them will actually do it.
We got to get you hooked up with our buddy Andrew Santino because he had a similar idea to hold an actual tournament with the haters.
Oh.
So if you did that with him, it'd be hilarious.
Okay.
He was like, we'll just invite all of them out because then in numbers, I feel like the haters feel a little more of a safety blanket.
Yeah,
instead of
yeah,
one.
that's right. Yeah.
And that'd be great. So wait, Trent, you've gotten a lot better at golf.
Yeah, I think you got to go to the range. Simulator golf, although you guys have a simulator here and I can't stop hitting balls over there. Like this place is incredible. I think you got to go to the range. That's just where you get better. No mats, no simulator. Just go to the range and hit a bunch of balls.
I also,
That's
as
it.
cliche as it may sound, like taking even one lesson, I think makes a massive difference. You realize that you don't know what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah.
I'm of the mindset that I will never let another man teach me how to swing. That's me.
I've taken a couple lessons and I feel like every time I take a lesson, I learn like one thing that I can take. Like it's like 10 lessons, I get one thing that I can take. So
Yeah.
I need to take like probably about 600 more lessons and I might be okay.
You're going to be
Yeah.
right there. You're going to be dialed in.
What about just watching a YouTube video before you go to sleep? I like to do that, and then I think about the YouTube video in my sleep.
Subconscious.
And, yeah, subconscious work. So next thing you know, I can hit a bunker shot in the morning.
Have you ever watched that YouTube video where the guy tries to fix the slice and he just never gets to the point?
Yeah, because there's so many of those guys. I love those guys that are selling like their informational DVD or whatever, and you have to watch the YouTube video, and then he's just like, it's so easy, it's so simple, and he never tells you.
This
what
is
it
the one key tip to
It's
fix
the
that
most
slice. You're like,
annoying-
what is it?
And there's like a line of the most unathletic looking weirdos that are like, he fixed my swing. Now I'm hitting 275 right down the middle. And he's like, all you gotta do is come to my seminar.
Yeah. I watched like 50 minutes of it when we were at Pinehurst and he just never got to
Yeah.
The main reason I say that about lesson thing too is because the amount of times that any of us, I feel like, have gone to a range and air quotes practiced and had no idea what you're actually
That's true.
practicing or doing is every time. And then you walk off and you're like, I don't think I learned anything there.
Right.
Well, let me ask you guys, because Brooks says that he doesn't think about anything at all when he hits. Every time I learn something new, I have like another thing that I think about as I'm swinging, and then I forget about the previous thing I was thinking about that fixed my old problem. Now I've got my old problem, but I fixed my new one. What do you guys think about anything at all? Like consciously keep your arm tucked?
The more I think about stuff, the worse I am.
Right. Brooks
By
is in a
far.
position when he's not thinking about anything. That's why he's one of the best in the world. Because he doesn't have to think about anything. Doesn't have to think about keep your elbow tucked, go this far back. If you can have no thoughts, he's actually right. Because then it's all athleticism and what you know.
Yeah.
And Brooks had in the Full Swing series in season 1, like one of my favorite sort of clips, because he obviously comes on here and he's great. We laugh about him not really giving a shit about golf some of the time, but you could see how frustrated he was there.
Yeah.
And he had all the quotes about how, like, yeah, when you're sucking or struggling or whatever, you've got a trillion thoughts. He's like, I bet Scotty Scheffler doesn't have any thoughts. And they cut to Scotty Scheffler and Meredith like walking down,
Yeah,
having
down the
iced
street,
coffee.
yeah, having coffee.
And that sums up golf perfectly.
Yes.
So yeah, if you can, like, that's something I've honestly been doing better lately when I've been hitting better, is on the range you work on all this stuff where you're thinking about this, you have 7 swing thoughts. When you go to the course, you just honestly just swing, as crazy as that sounds. I feel like it works
My best rounds have when I think about tempo. That's it. I honestly think about Freddie Couples in my head. If you want to watch golf YouTube videos, just watch Freddie Couples swing, and you don't have to mimic his swing, but his tempo is what you want.
Yeah. So sweet.
It's so sweet. You don't have to swing hard. You don't have to swing fast. It's very easy. technology in the clubs are so good now that they're going to do a lot of the work for you. If you just sort of keep things in control and hit the ball, it's going to go. And if you just do it slow, you'll be. It's funny, feel versus real, people talk about all the time. You'll feel like you're going as slow as molasses, and then you'll see your swing on video, and you'll still be going fast.
Yeah.
So just slow everything down. That's what I do.
And I got to say, shout out to the vibes guy, because you can suck out there as long as you're just a good vibes guy. Like one guy I saw won like an amateur tournament, got up, and he said the best thing I ever learned was if you can't play great, just like be great to play with.
Yeah.
And that's such a good point. So if the vibes guy's always bringing the vibes, then he's doing a great job.
That is a good point.
All right, best vibe bringer personalities, like personality traits, I should say, like selecting good music, not being slow, obviously.
Saying you're going to love that.
I know you're great at that.
No matter what.
you're the king of that.
Yeah, sometimes they're sarcastic.
Picking up the round with the cart girl.
Yep, that's a good one. Anybody who capitalizes on opportunities to acquire alcohol.
Yeah.
I feel like that's
Compliments. I like to compliment.
but
Like,
not
great shot.
but not in a belittling
Not
way.
in a sarcastic
Yeah,
way,
you
but
can-
actually do like, that's a great shot. Yeah.
Not playing slow is a big one. Just kind of knowing when you're out of the hole. If you're on swing,
Oh, I'm good at that.
If you're on swing 8 and you're still like 170 yards out, just pick that sucker up and let's go.
There's nothing better than when you see a guy who's clearly out of the hole and you're looking back being like, are we going to have to, and he's just walking towards the hole with the ball in his pocket.
He's done.
Like, nope,
Oh,
I'm out on this one.
I'm good at that
boys.
because I will be out of like multiple holes in a row. Like
Oh,
if
yeah.
I have a really bad one, I'll be like, that's it for the next three.
Me and Big Cat conceded a hole off our tee shot when we
Yeah,
were doing the
against
I
all
played against you guys. I was in that.
People were like, you guys are such pussies for doing that. It's like, why? We suck.
Yeah.
Right.
Like it's funny to concede.
I thought that was admirable.
If a guy's in pocket and then he goes up and pulls the pin out and is like, oh, what do you guys see here? And is still involved, you're killing it.
Yeah.
Actually, can I ask you guys a question? Hypothetically, if you're playing golf, you're on a course, maybe with your producer of your podcast,
Okay.
right? Maybe the guy that's been producing you since like the start.
be sure
He's
to-
been around for a while.
Mic click on.
Okay.
And I don't know who could have turned the mic on there, but you have to pee, right? Everyone's got to pee on the golf course. No big deal.
Yeah.
Would you recommend pulling your penis out and peeing directly onto the middle of the cart path as it's about to trickle down on everybody's shoes that are right behind you?
Yeah, I would say generally pick the surface that absorbs water the worst.
Yeah.
And pee right onto it, preferably uphill and into the wind.
Yeah,
that's a good
like
call.
the only surface that doesn't absorb pee on the golf course. Would you pee right onto that?
When I heard that from the
No,
hypothetical,
it's hypothetical.
when I heard that there could be a hypothetical like this, I've played golf thousands of times. I've never seen that move in my life.
Yeah,
Not once.
change the
Okay.
game.
Hypothetically.
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 All right, Hank, what's the next one?
Ask the foreplay boys. Once Tiger inevitably retires, who is their number one guy after that?
Oh, good question.
Ooh.
And it can't be Charlie Woods because we have dibs.
You guys do have dibs on that.
Yeah,
I mean,
careful
he is a
saying
teenager.
careful
I know.
saying dibs on
We have dibs on that little
I have
boy.
dibs on Charlie.
Yeah.
Charlie's gonna be he's gonna be on that couch before you know it.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Man. I would say I'm trying to think of someone that isn't like a friend, because that's always a little, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
because
Like,
you can't criticize the same way. Yeah.
well, yeah, and like Tiger, we don't want Tiger to be our friend, really. Like,
Right.
he's our guy. He's an icon. He's above being our friend. Whereas,
Right.
like kids or somebody that we're close with, it's like, oh yeah, I root for that guy, but he's kind of your buddy, whatever. I would say he is kind of our friend, but Joel Damon. I
Yeah.
just root
That was the
for-
first name that popped into my
I
head.
just root for that guy. I think
That's
he's
a good one.
so regular. I feel like in the second season of Full Swing, he kind of got dogged a little bit, and they just made him look like he just drinks 24/7, 365, which
Yeah.
is not accurate. He cares on that. So I don't know. I just like Joel Damon a lot.
That was the first name that popped into my head. I don't even really like to look into the future like that with Tiger because it makes me sad. But I think it would probably be Joel. But
Tiger
we still got probably 10 years left with Tiger. We're fine.
Of what?
Yeah.
No, we're fine.
Okay, we don't have to do
Did you guys talk at all about the abstinence thing?
Yeah.
I did.
I think it's going to backfire.
We want Tiger to fuck.
That's what we said.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Why would that be the formula?
He's probably going to try to fuck Max.
Well, maybe Max might try to fuck him.
Max is a good looking dude.
Well, that made no sense to us, and I don't know where the rumor came from, but like in the prime of Tiger's career, he was fucking.
Yeah.
Right.
So to not fuck, I
Right.
think that's the answer, is idiotic.
But he then again, like he's got leg problems, so maybe he's trying to save up all his energy.
That's fair.
Maybe just a blowjob.
Yeah.
It's blowjob era.
Yeah,
it's the blowjob era.
It's blowjob era.
It would rock if Tiger was like, I'm not having intercourse. Anal only for the 2 weeks leading up to the Masters. That's his no sex policy.
my dick sucked.
Just
Yeah.
butt stuff.
I think everyone's on the same page. I hadn't seen All Business Pete in like 2 years. The first thing he said to me, he's like, I feel like Tiger needs to be fucking.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I think everybody feels that way.
Mhm.
So, yeah, it's concerning. Very concerning.
Yeah, it might have also just been a classic Tiger like bait and switch where he said it and then like the hottest girls hit him up and like, I'll fix you.
He's single now.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So he might have done that on purpose.
Not that it would have mattered, but we're dealing with a single Tiger
Yeah.
Woods.
Yeah. All right, let's do 2 more, Hank.
My friends and I are not great at golf, but enjoy playing 9 holes every now and then. We almost always walk when playing 9, but walking coupled with a few bad shots leads to groups behind us talking shit, saying we aren't playing fast enough. Sometimes I understand this, but when we are playing at a public course and the angry group behind us is riding in a cart, do they really have a leg to stand on? How are we possibly supposed to play at the pace of the group behind us who's in a cart when we are walking?
Isn't this just like depending on the course? Like
Yeah, I
there's
was-
walking courses and there's
also,
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds bit, but if it's ever cart path only, I think you just walk every time.
Right.
Cart path only sucks. You drive up, you got to run all the way across. You inevitably
Piss everywhere.
If the cart path's on the right, you always hit it left. You're bringing like 3 clubs out there, and you never grab the one that you wanted.
Yeah.
So I think walking is actually faster if it's cart path only. But in the other situation, I mean, I tell them to go fuck that. I don't know.
Yeah, it's
I don't know what you do. It's like,
Tell them to walk because walking is underrated. I get that.
I
people-
agree.
If you're out there with buddies and you want to drink and you're having like a big group, like I get getting in a cart. But if you find a course and you find like a slot of time where you can walk, it's amazing.
it does feel great.
I sound kind of like the old like romanticism of golf guy.
and you've evolved on that.
Oh yeah, I used to be cart guy only, but
I like
then
that.
recently within the last couple of years, I would walk 9 holes. Never 18. I'm gonna die out there if I
Yeah,
walk
yeah.
18. But if I walk 9 holes, it's fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
Because in a cart, you almost aren't looking at the scenery around you.
Right.
Like you're outside. You forget that sometimes when you're in a cart, it's like shot, grab a beer, drive to the next shot, hit it, get in the cart, go. When you're just walking, you're taking it all in.
It's also actually more social with the whole group.
Yeah,
too.
for sure.
Sounds counterintuitive because obviously you're chit-chatting with your one guy, but the other 2, you only see them on the tee. They go to their ball, you go to yours, whatever. When you're all 4 kind of walking together, it is. It's nice.
agree.
It's peaceful. It's more social.
and this
so-
is with caddies.
yeah. If you
Yeah, we're not walking.
Yeah.
We're not carrying our own bags.
yeah.
I have been recently, but
you get the cart.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
The push cart.
Yeah,
Push
push
cart.
cart.
Yeah, push cart's nice.
I like the cart that just follows you around everywhere.
Yeah, the little R2D2 thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Those things are
awesome.
sweet.
That's a classic like country club older guy move, and he just plays every Saturday and Sunday morning and just hits a little button and his thing goes down.
Yeah.
It's great.
All right, Hank. Last question. Oh, he's having trouble reading.
Last year, live golfers killed it, finishing at the top of the Masters spots and really showed out. My question is, this year, do you think PGA players or live golfers will do better at the Masters this year?
Yeah, I mean, I would say that was shocking last year to a lot of people because
Yeah.
there was kind of a belief that the live guys weren't playing as much, it's not as competitive, the fields aren't as deep, blah blah blah. And then obviously Brooks almost won the Masters, won the PGA. Phil finished second in the Masters. There are a bunch of other names up there, so I think it'll be close. I really
Yeah.
do. I think John Rahm is maybe the second favorite. I think he is
Yep.
third favorite.
Well,
Maybe
it's
Or
also
the-
Liv has gotten so many good golfers now.
gotten a ton. Even guys that don't get talked about a ton, like Sergio Garcia was leading a lot last week on Live. He could contend at the Masters easily. You got Tyrrell Hatton, who nobody really talks about, who's a great guy to watch play helicopters, clubs all over the place. He's somebody that could contend. So I think it'll be pretty damn close now.
Yeah.
You also just find that these are the best golfers in the world,
Right.
Like, and they get up for these big tournaments. So regardless of how they're playing or what tour they're playing on, we found out last year that they're probably going to play pretty well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do we know what it's gonna look like when they merge the two? Any idea?
They have been incredibly tight-lipped because I don't think they know.
I think John Rahm's also like gave his answers made it seem like they're very far apart because it feels like he went to Live being like, don't worry, we'll just be the PGA in like a year.
Yeah, he was kind of the guy that when he went, it felt like he went as the tipping point of Tour was going to be like, oh shit, we really got to get something done, or Liv's just going to keep taking all of our players.
Right.
Rahm was going to be the last guy that cashed in. He got 3, 4, 600 million, whatever it was, and then he seemed frustrated.
He does.
Like, it's not working, which sucks. So, it's a little split. Like we talk about it a ton, obviously on our show, as you can imagine, and we get a little bit annoyed that the best players, aren't playing together all the time. But other people make the point that they don't really play together or didn't all the time, anyways. Like it wasn't like they all played the same tournaments. They really didn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't that common that you got Rory and Rahm and Tiger and Phil back when they were all together, like playing and contending in the same tournament. That never fucking happened.
Right.
So it's definitely it's frustrating for us because like Brooks and Rahm and those guys that we love watching
All of the
play,
interesting guys went.
Yeah.
Like Patrick Reed, as much as
Yeah.
well, you can
Yeah.
say, polarizing guys went. And when you lose that from the main tour or whatever you want to call the main tour, it lessens the product and it's more boring. Like at first, we talk about this on the show too. Like at first, when this all started to happen, we were like, this is great for guys like us because it's all storylines. Who's going to jump?
Yeah.
How much money are they taking? This is incredible. Now we're in like a holding pattern where all the big names who were going to jump have jumped.
Yeah.
And all we've done is split the talent pool.
Right.
So when you watch,
That
even
sucks.
if you watch the PGA Tour or if you watch Live, whichever one, you're watching a watered down product.
Yeah.
And for a sport like golf that is not cool enough to water down its product, we are now fucking the sport over completely.
Yeah.
It's also guys like Patrick Reed and Bryson are like Bryson was the biggest headline guy forever, whether you hated him or loved him. And those guys are headline guys and drive it when they're unhappy about stuff.
Right.
Now they're at Live and they're like, this is great. We
Their
make all this
lives
money.
are awesome,
They treat us
yeah.
so they're never in the headline anymore. When they were at the tour, they bitched. They hated the other players. Their wives hated the other players. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Now they never bitch about anything.
Yeah.
So it's just
That's true.
It's a mess. And I know to go back to the original question, like I don't think they're close.
Yeah.
I don't know when it's going to come together.
Yeah. Sucks.
I like the strategy though. Let's give Patrick Reed so much money he won't steal from his teammates ever again.
But he probably still is thinking about it.
Yeah.
That's just,
Oh, that would be great if Patrick Reed
Oh.
did a Tiger headline. He was like, I'm not stealing for the 2 weeks
Yeah.
before the Masters.
You know what would rock? It would rock if they offered Rory like $500 million to join Live for like a year, and then he just bounced from the PGA Tour.
He would.
And went back on everything.
If
$500 million.
I think if he went, that would like there'd be riots in the streets. Probably not because it's golf, but like if he went, there's so many clips of him being like,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
hate Live, I'll never go. But at this point, that's kind of what Rahm did and what you were saying, Dan, where he was thinking he's going to take the money and we're all going to be playing the same events
Right.
a year anyway. And I think it's probably going to end up that way eventually, but it might be 2 years.
Yeah, it might be a
The
while.
one thing I don't like is when the players or anyone really in any situation where they take a ton of money say like I had to do it for my family. Because what I don't understand is like when has raising a kid and just giving them $100 million worked out?
Yeah.
Never.
No, it's just an easy way. People love to do it whether they're like in controversy or like a situation like this. Like I'm thinking about my family.
Right. And I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like, Rom, you already had $50 or $100 million.
Right.
That's plenty for any. Like, I don't understand what that means. If you're just gonna, your son wakes up and you hand them trust fund and endless money, that kid's gonna be dead by the time they're 25.
What he should say and what the reality is, he should be like, I'm thinking about my great grandchildren. Because
Yeah.
that's what the money. That's where the money. Like when you get to a certain point, it's like you can't spend all that. You're just setting up all the ROMs for the rest of the
And provide them a safety net and all
Yeah.
that, but you still gotta like raise a human being,
True.
and like in order for them to work out successfully, you can't just throw money at them. So that always kind of drives me crazy. But I still would have taken the money. I mean, it's
Well,
$300
especially now
million.
because the original guys, the DJs and the Bubbas and all, they took the brunt of it. If you jump now, nobody cares.
No,
yeah.
no one gives a
the
fuck.
first guys had to be like, I'm really passionate about team style golf.
Yeah.
And so it wasn't about the money at all.
And the reporter would be like, "We were asking you about 9/11. I don't know why you're talking about team golf."
Yeah, right. No, did you say 9/11? No, is that the length of the shorts that they're doing playing? Is that the inseam?
And
Yeah,
now
love
nobody,
that.
even the Rom stuff. Rom jumped, and 2 days later, people were like, "All right, that's
Yeah.
cool. That's
Yeah.
fine."
Sounds good. All right, you guys want to pick some numbers?
Yes.
All right. Should we do numbers? Should we finish the show? By the way, Trent, I literally I gasped when I saw you in linen. You looked so
Dude,
hot.
So we were.
You looked so hot.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. We were shooting a commercial, and they were like, "Put on all this linen," and I did, and something shifted in me.
You looked hot. Like
Dude.
I stopped it stopped me in my tracks on Twitter. I was just like, "Whoa. I need linen."
I've already been shopping for linen.
Yeah.
I already ordered a shirt.
It just looked fucking cool. It looked like you just look relaxed.
And you're comfy too.
Yeah, right.
That's what you're looking for.
Yeah, right.
You look
Comfy.
good.
Yeah.
No one ever calls me hot. Today people were calling me hot. So if I'm comfortable and people are like, "You look good," that's
No,
the
you
route.
looked hot.
That's
It was
a man with a
it was a
plan.
tough hour for me because the whole premise was kind of like Trent was shitting on me a little bit.
awesome.
And we had to do the take many times. So we just kept pulling up next to me and shitting on me, looking really hot.
It was
Yeah.
awesome.
It was
Well, I mean, we did a commercial where the whole thing was that we have small dicks and we had to basically be naked for it. So it could be worse.
definitely. Feel all right.
Yeah.
Hot Trent shitting on me is fine.
Yeah. All right, numbers. What do you guys got in the booth?
8.
40. 20.
3.
18.
99 pug.
There we go, Pug.
21.
All right, what do you guys got?
55.
16
I'll go 73.
because it's gonna be 16th
For
major
Brooks.
for Tiger.
16th. Tiger's not even going to make the cut.
Tigers will make the cut. He's
Come
gonna win.
on, he's healthy.
Is that
He looked really
I'll
good
bet
in the
on him to
practice
make.
round.
Is that a
I'll
win?
bet him to make the
Amazing.
cut. I'll
If he
bet him
makes
to
the
make.
cut, that's a
I
win for
picked
Tiger.
16 because it's his 16th major. He's going to win this week.
If he makes the cut and doesn't withdraw,
It's like 10.
10.
10. Who's got 9? Anyone got 9? No. 9 majors.
Yeah.
Gary Player.
I think Gary Player.
All right, so Gary Player's going to bet on Gary Player.
All right. All right, 87-year-old man.
Everyone go subscribe to Foreplay. Watch them, all their videos, their golf videos. Like I said, we're going to be doing something when they're back in a couple months. And also watch the Mini Golf Barstool Open because it's going to be intense.
I'm excited. I'm very excited.
Love you
22
guys.
grand for first place.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Love you guys.